Live from the Tucson Arena, this is University of Arizona Hockey. It's time to drop the puck with Timothy Gasson, the voice of the Wildcats. So let's head to the action with Arizona Wildcats Hockey.
Welcome to the Tucson Arena, where the number 9 Arizona Wildcats will take on the number 10 Broncos of Central Oklahoma. Hi, everybody. I'm Timothy Gasson. I'll be bringing you tonight's action along with my broadcast partner, Jackson Peters. And Jackson, what we saw last night was a masterful performance by a very talented hockey team. I'm talking about the UCO Broncos. They won 5-2 on Arizona's home ice last night, and they sure looked good doing it.
They did. And one thing that Coach Chad Berman talked about was that team did the little things right. They got sticks and lanes. They forechecked really well. And I think if Arizona wants to be successful here tonight, they need to mimic the University of Central Oklahoma tonight. They really need to start pushing on the forecheck. Oftentimes, we saw Arizona got trapped in their zone just because of how well Central Oklahoma forechecked. So they need to get the puck out of the zone here tonight, and they just need to find a way to get passes and get into the offensive zone.
So Arizona entered last night's game tied with Central Oklahoma for the WCHL League. Now the Broncos have a one-game lead on Arizona. Well, the good news for Arizona is if they put in a good performance here tonight and come away with the victory, they're right back in first place, tied with Central Oklahoma. I agree with you, Jackson. They've got to get more shots on goal. They've got to get more scoring. And somehow they just have to be patient against this UCO team that seemed to be waiting for much of the game just for Arizona to make a mistake and counterpunch.
Yeah, and a lot of that stems from the panic that UCO was trying to make Arizona have. With those two forecheckers, if you're an Arizona player, you're in your defensive zone and there's two guys rushing at you, you start to panic. You throw away the puck and you don't look for the right pass. So what Arizona needs to do tonight is they need to anticipate what's going to happen. They need to say, hey, if I'm going to get the puck right here, where's it going? Where do I need to look?
So Arizona enters the game actually ranked number 9 and UCO number 10. But as I was saying last night, Jackson, I think UCO is underranked. They're going to start to move up the rankings, and I would not be surprised at all once we get to ACHA tournament time that the Broncos are in that top 4 or in the final 4. They look like they are prepared, ready, and really built for a championship run. Arizona has to match that kind of intensity here tonight.
Yeah, both coaches for Arizona have talked all year about how they want to make that jump from a good team to an elite team. And I think UCO is one of those teams that's made that jump. They're so well disciplined. They know the game that they need to play. And plus, they adapt to the team they're playing. This is a team that likes to put up a lot of points, and they didn't do that last night. They played defensive first because they know Arizona has the same type of speed and point skill that UCO has.
So the Broncos enter 14-6-2, Arizona at 20-6, and trying to protect their home ice here with a split. I think we're going to see maximum effort here from these Arizona Wildcats. They're going to start Anthony Shiro, their number 1 goaltender, in goal again tonight. He kept the Wildcats in that game last night. For a good portion of the game last night, it was a 3-2 game, and Anthony Shiro made 3 or 4 or 5 great saves to keep Arizona in it. He's going to have to come up big here tonight, and then Arizona's going to have to get some timely scoring.
Only a 5-2 game last night, and it easily could have been a lot more for UCO. They had so many shots, almost outshot Arizona 3-1. And Anthony Shiro, he did everything he could to try and keep his Wildcats in the game tonight, and I expect he's going to try and do the same here tonight. But his defensemen, they got to help him out. They got to keep their head on a swivel and see where guys are in the defensive zone. That was a problem for Arizona last night. They weren't always covering their man, left the guy open in the slot, and you can't rely on Anthony Shiro to make that cross-crease pass because any goaltender, that's a tough save to make.
This is also a very important night for the University of Arizona and Arizona Hockey. This is Pink the Rink night, which means that the U of A will wear pink game jerseys. They've all been sponsored by either a survivor of cancer or by a loved one whose loved one lost their life to cancer. So that's what you'll see, the pink jerseys with the names of the sponsor on the back. Now we'll continue our broadcast after tonight because the U of A players will stay on the ice. They will take their jersey off and give it to the person who has survived cancer or the loved one's family who was lost to cancer. It's a very emotional night. This is all to benefit the University of Arizona Cancer Center. This is a very important night for the University of Arizona. Of course, the U of A hockey team has won National Merit Awards for their community service, and this is one of the reasons why so important. Okay, let's send it down to ice level for our starting lineups, our national anthem, and then we'll drop the puck between number 9 Arizona and the Broncos of Central Oklahoma. You're watching University of Arizona Wildcat Hockey.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome to the Tucson Convention Center Arena. It's the home of your University of Arizona Wildcats. Tonight, your Wildcats take on the Broncos from the University of Central Oklahoma. Here's the starting lineup for the visiting Broncos. Starting at left wing, number 14, Austin Cunningham. At right wing, number 9, Matty Jamaev. At center position, number 16, Brandon Formosa. At left defense, number 27, Davin Burton. At right defense, number 20, Spencer Paratalo. And in the nets tonight for the visiting Broncos, number 57, Cody Campbell. And the head coach of the Broncos is Craig McAllister. And ladies and gentlemen, here's the starting lineup for your Arizona Wildcats. Starting at left wing, number 15, Anthony Cusanelli. At right wing, number 12, Chris Westland. At the center position for your Cats, number 19, Justin Pluma. At left defense, number 24, Keelan Olnick. At right defense, number 13, Matthew Hull. And in the nets tonight for your Wildcats, number 30, Anthony Churro. The head coach of your Wildcats is Chad Berman. Your assistant coaches, Toppy Hogan and Shane Flossell. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you please rise. Gentlemen, remove your hats and face the south goal for our national anthem, which is played tonight by our very own organist, Mike Davis.
A great tradition here at University of
Your
Arizona.
referee for tonight.
Wildcat Hockey is Mike Davis on the hockey organ. Always great to see Mike Davis back. And we're getting ready to drop the puck here between number 9 Arizona and number 10 UCO. I'm Timothy Gasson, along with Jackson Peters, bringing you the action here tonight. It's Pink the Rink night, so I think we're going to have a special ceremonial puck drop with the Arizona Cancer Center here in just a moment as the house lights finally come back up.
Please turn your attention to the southwest opening where the Zamboni comes on the ice for tonight's ceremonial puck drop. Dropping the puck tonight will be Pavani Chalasane, who is the director of the Cancer Center at the University of Arizona. Let's play hockey!
So now we're ready to get underway here in Tucson Arena, the second of a two-game series between Arizona and the UCO Broncos. Starting in net for Arizona is Anthony Shiro, their #1 goaltender. And it looks like Cody Campbell will get the start in net for UCO. Alex Henry played so well in net last night. He gave up one early soft goal and then was so solid after that. But Cody Campbell gets the nod here tonight as we get ready to drop the puck. Arizona in their Pink the Rink Cancer Center jerseys here tonight. And we're underway. So interesting to get used to seeing Arizona in these pink outfits as Cody Campbell covers up, and we have our first face-off of the game. Takes a little while, a little bit of adjustment to see that block A on those pink jerseys, Jackson.
And luckily for us, Tim, the colors of the numbers, we can see them clearly. Sometimes we have difficulty with that with the specialty jerseys here, so I'm glad they took us into consideration.
Nice dark numbers on top of those pink jerseys. Of course, in cancer awareness, especially breast cancer awareness, and that's why the jerseys are pink. First shot comes in on Anthony Shiro, and he squeezes those pillows. A good early save there by Anthony Shiro for the Arizona Wildcats. He's going to have to be stellar. Now, in the first semester of play, Jackson, I think we could argue he was first or second team all ACHA, one of the finest goaltenders in the nation. Well, he's going to have to show he's one of the finest goaltenders in the nation here tonight. Yeah,
his stats still reflect just how good of a goaltender he is, but he's had a rough, not even a rough start, an average start for him to the second semester, but he just played so amazingly in the first semester, and I think that's what the Wildcats need from him in the second.
Well, as you said, it isn't that Anthony Shiro has been poor here in the second semester. The entire team just hasn't gotten back to its performance level that they had near the end of that first semester. I mean, some around the Arizona program near the end of that first semester were lamenting that perhaps Arizona was underranked, and finally they came up to number 6, number 7, which we thought was a little more accurate. Well, they haven't performed quite up to that level so far here in the second semester. Here's the great thing about these two-game series. They have tonight to show they belong in the top 10.
Yeah, and after we look at last night, they did get dominated in the defensive zone, but that can all change, and that's the beauty of this level of play, is you play, back-to-back games almost every weekend, so you get a second shot at a team if you don't perform the way you want to on the first night.
Of course, an opportunity is only worthwhile if you take advantage of that opportunity, so Arizona does need to play better here against an extremely talented UCO Broncos squad. Arizona comes up ice. Hull just sends it down into the zone. Max Meyer digs for it there, has it behind the net, tries to send it in front, but it goes to the far side corner instead. Dug for it there, and UCO is able to get it out to center ice. Arizona does a good job of backing up. That's Cam Armstrong. The puck comes into the center ice. A backhander just wide of the net. Boy, you can see just how dangerous UCO is. And there's Arizona able to keep the puck out of the net. I was about to complain about my first non-clear of the night there, Jackson, but Arizona does get it out to center ice. You can tell UCO wants to get an early jump here on the Arizona Wildcats. They actually fell behind last night 2-0 to Arizona before coming back and scoring the next 5. They don't want to give Arizona any life here in their own building early on. Arizona just wants to play a good, solid first 5 minutes of this game.
Yeah, Tim, after those first 2 goals that Arizona scored last night, it looked like Central Oklahoma started playing a totally different game. It's like they turned on a light switch, and they dominated most of the game after that. So I think they want to come out here and get that way from the start.
If there's any problem with a highly talented team that can turn that switch on, is that sometimes that doesn't work, and sometimes you can't hit that button. So talented, UCO, you can tell that they were adjusting their game to take away Arizona's strengths. Well, we'll see if they can have to turn it on again here tonight, or if Arizona can be a little bit more effective in its game as Hull keeps the puck and pokes it down low. to Bailey Marshall. He's the UCO transfer, leading scorer for the Arizona Wildcats, digging for it behind the net. Along with Josh Larson, they get into the slot just briefly, and now it comes out to center ice. That's Donald Danroth throwing it in as the Broncos go for their change. Arizona picks it up and heads back up ice. Arizona's got to do a better job of heading out of their own zone. Their breakout last night was really penned up by a very pesky forecheck of the Broncos.
And again, that's that panic I talk about. UCO, they want to make Arizona players panic. They want them to, say, hey, I don't have enough time here. I got to get rid of the puck. And that's exactly what they did. So for Arizona to get out of the zone cleanly tonight, they got to stay calm, and they just got to be ready for the puck.
Yeah, Arizona was running around a little bit in their own end last night, and you could feel goals coming. There were 3 or 4 of those goals that were after 30 or 40-second sequences where Arizona could not get the puck out of their own end, and UCO was able to control the action. Boy, they have to avoid those sequences as Arizona comes right back down the ice. That's Wes Freiberg with the puck. Digging forward is Kyle Wade for Arizona. But the Broncos are going to come away with the puck. That's Jared Guffey. Behind his netminder, Cody Campbell getting the nod here tonight. 2.37 goals against average, which at this level of hockey is just fine, of course. Alex Henry, even a better goals against average. Anthony Shuro still under 2 after giving up 5 goals last night. However, many more goals than his average. Of course, one of those was an empty net goal. But as I like to say, if people try to make an excuse about empty net goals, hey, guess what? They count on the scoreboard too.
They do, and it's tough. You want to think it was a little bit better. It technically was a 4-2 game, but 5-2, that's the final result. Doesn't matter if it's an empty net or not.
Yeah, it bothers me when teams try to make it seem better. Like, oh, we didn't lose by that much. One of them was an empty net goal. That empty net goal counts as well. And it was a 5-2 victory, well-deserved for UCO last night. Let's see if Arizona can counter as we have an ice on the Broncos. Just 4:48 into this first period. We are scoreless. And the longer we're scoreless, this is kind of interesting. Arizona plays an up-tempo offensive kind of game. The lower the score and the longer it goes as a lower scoring game, the better it is, I think, for Arizona here tonight.
Yeah, the longer this game can stay tied, the fewest goals that can be scored. I think that's the best scenario for Arizona here. They want to keep this a low-scoring game. Their point scores weren't able to get a lot done last night, so I think they want to keep this a low-scoring game, and hopefully for them, if they can get through the second period, maybe it's a 1 goal, maybe it's a tie game, I think that's just their game plan.
Yeah, Arizona, I think if they can win this game, it's a 3-2 or a 4-3 kind of game. I don't think they can win a 7-6 kind of game. So many scores here on this Broncos squad. Incredibly talented team as they break over ice with a good shooting lane and a nice glove save there by Anthony Shuro. And we'll have a face-off. It's so interesting when you play better teams on your schedule, how the focuses come on the strengths of your team, your weaknesses of your team, of course, get exposed, but your best players really do have to play up to their potential. We need Anthony Shuro to have a monster game. We need Bailey Marshall and Anthony Cusinelli to have monster games, and then you hope that secondary scorers come in and chip in like Charlie James did last night.
Yeah, and you want your big players like Bailey Marshall to get a lot done last night, but he didn't have any goals last night, just an assist. So what do you need? You need guys like Charlie James, who had a goal last night, to step up and make the plays.
And here's Charlie James out on the ice now. He was head manning the ice there. Charlie James must be feeling well because he's skating very well last night and tonight. He's had some injuries in his career, skating really well here tonight. That's not really his role to be an offensive spark plug. He's a senior who wants to help his team. Coach, what do I need to do? I will do it. Boy, you got to love those hockey players.
Yeah, as a senior, the lone senior on this team, I think he's starting to realize, there's just a couple more games I'm going to be able to play in this jersey. I spent a lot of time for this program, and I want to make these last games really count. So I think he just wants to leave everything out on the ice. He doesn't want to regret a single thing in these games.
Boy, when I think about the young Charlie James that I knew, there's no way he could envision his last game as an Arizona Wildcat. He knows that's coming now, and he's given it the ultimate effort. As play continues on here now, just 6.5 minutes into the first, we're still scoreless. Puck goes to the near side corner, and Arizona digs for it there. This is where they've gotten in trouble before, but Justin Plumhoff with the puck now to Bailey Marshall, now out to center ice. They do get that out, but they didn't have an effective breakout there. They were just able to get the puck out of the zone.
And that's, although not a good breakout, that's what they need to do. They need to find a way to get the puck out of the zone. They can worry about the offensive breakout later, but you cannot let this UCO team have so much zone time as they did last night. That's when you get scored on.
Cam Armstrong overskates the puck, and UCO comes in with it. But Ethan Stallhuth gets it out to center ice. Here comes Anthony Cusinelli. Does he have the jets to get to the puck? First, he does. He tries to send it into the crease, but that's cut off and sent out to center ice. And Anthony Cusinelli was near the end of his shift there, which really made a difference. If that's at the beginning of his shift, he probably tries to make a move himself with the puck. He was able to get to it, though. Anthony Cusinelli, of course, the MVP of last year's squad. ACHA Rookie of the Year, League Rookie of the Year, second leading scorer this year. Just an amazing player for the University of Arizona as they almost got the puck right in front of the net. Arizona player taken to the ice. No call. Play continues on. That's probably a good no call there as Max Meyer was kind of muscled off the puck into the ice. And speaking of calls, whichever team stays out of the box here tonight, Arizona was playing so close. And as a matter of fact, was tied with UCO last night, but they took a critical penalty and UCO cashed it in and didn't look back after that.
Special teams are always important, but when you have two top 10 ranked teams like this, they become almost the whole game itself. If you can capitalize on special teams, that's how you win games against highly ranked opponents.
12 minutes left here in this first period. 8 minutes gone as Arizona has the puck briefly, and they overskate and overpass their boy. That's trying to do just a little too much. You got to get that puck on net and hope for a rebound. Arizona had so few shots on goal last night. I think they could be looking for that perfect play here. They just got to get shots somewhere near the goaltender.
Yeah, and that's the thing is they want to make the pretty pass. That's what this is a pretty team. They like to do a lot of fancy stuff, and they're good at it. But when you play a good team like UCO, especially one that's so good in the defensive zone, you just got to get shots on net, get the puck to the net, and have guys crash it.
Yeah, Arizona outshot 44-18 last night. They cannot have a repeat of that tonight and hope to compete in this game as UCO has the shot in. A nice pad save. Arizona gets it off to the near side boards. Dig for it there, and they're able to carry to center ice. Now that's a good breakout. Send it down low, in on the goaltender. Make him make a save. Let's have a face-off in the Broncos zone. That's a good idea. You know, against such a difficult opponent, that's a really good play.
Yeah, especially, you could tell those guys, saw Charlie James out there, long shift for them, a little over 45 seconds. They were getting tired there. So that's a nice play. Force the goaltender, get uncomfortable, step out of the crease, make a save, and now you have a face-off in the offensive zone.
Justin Plumhoff in on the face-off for Arizona. A Bronco is chased. And it looks like Alexander Jemayev in for the Broncos. Puck sent down low, but doesn't get through. Those are the kind of pucks that have to somehow make their way to the goaltender. And we've got a call. We are going to have a power play here. Oh, an Arizona player took his Bronco down. That's going to be Cully Olson, the freshman, going to the box. What do you think about that call, Jackson?
I think it's the right call to make. I mean, he was hitting him from behind, and it looked like that UCO player just lost an edge, and that's when things can get dangerous. I think it's the right call by the official, but it's a tough break for the U of A. Of course, he wasn't trying to injure that player, but he lost an edge, and it's one of those calls you just have to make as an official.
And it's not Cully Olson, number 14. It's number 15, Anthony Cusinelli, so that's doubly injurious to Arizona. They lose one of their top players, and UCO goes on the power play.
Anthony Cusinelli, 2 minutes for roughing. Time of that penalty, 9 minutes, 5 seconds in the first period.
I don't know if Anthony Cusinelli has ever picked up a roughing penalty. That's not his game. Certainly nothing intentional there from Cusinelli. I think it was a timing kind of penalty, as you said, the position the player was in and how he was hit as UCO keeps that puck in the zone. Luckily, the puck deflects to the near side boards, and the Cats dig for it there, but UCO is set up, and boy, when they set up like this, you can see trouble coming. Comes out to the middle of the ice, down to the far side dot, back to Alexander Durbanek, back to Durbanek, center of the ice, looking to the far side. Arizona trying to get sticks out. It comes inside and bounces out behind the net. Good save there by Cusinelli, but the Cats need to get this puck. So there's a shot that bounces away right to another Bronco and the Cats are able to backhand it out of the zone. Big clear by the University of Arizona. Less than a minute to go on this power play. Every kill now critical, Jackson.
Yeah, that's the best we've seen this penalty kill perform over the last 2 nights. We're only a minute into this penalty kill. Still a lot of work to be done, but that's what they need to do. Get shots in lanes, block the puck, and send it 200 feet.
UCO so dangerous when they're able to set up in the offensive zone. And luckily, Arizona gets the puck and back out. Once you can almost feel the bang, 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 bang shot on goal from UCO. They have such a good rhythm on their power play.
And not only do they have that good rhythm, Arizona players start to stand still when they do that. They don't know where to go, and that leaves someone open in the slot almost every time. They have a player creep into the slot, ready to make that cross-ice one-timer goal.
Yeah, UCO was so effective last night when Arizona stopped to watch the puck. And suddenly he was moving around them, and then it was in the net. Back over the line is Jamaev. Arizona digs for it in the near side boards. Oh, and they get it out again. Chris Westland able to backhand it. This is an improvement over last night where there were so many times when the puck was on an Arizona Wildcat stick but didn't exit the zone. Here tonight, Arizona doing a much better job. If that puck is on their stick, it's getting out.
Yeah, especially on the penalty kill, you can't even think about it. If it's on your stick, it's going 200 feet. Don't look for the pass. Don't look for the nice play. On your stick, 200 feet. That's what you got to do here.
Penalty is over. We're back at even strength. Arizona has killed it off. So we're 11:21 into this period, and we remain scoreless between number 9 Arizona and number 10 UCO. Good intensity by the Arizona Wildcats, but boy, I got to hold my breath every time in the offensive zone when UCO gets set up.
And that was a big kill, Tim. Hopefully it gives Arizona some momentum, but they need to do the things right defensively 5-on-5 that they did on that penalty kill. Sticks and lanes, block shots, and make sure you get your man, especially if there's a guy creeping in front of the net.
Cats try to come up ice now. That's Anthony Cusinelli out of the box, sends it in on net. That's a good idea. That made Campbell play the puck. It made him freeze it, and we can have a face-off. I think that's a good idea.
And I think what they're trying to do is a little bit of a variation of the dump and chase. Instead of just throwing the puck into the corner and chasing it out, we saw last night Alex Henry, he beat the Arizona player there, was able to make the pass. So what they're doing is they're throwing the puck on net, forcing the goalie to make a save, and kind of handcuffing him. He can't go to the corner, make a nice pass. He has to make the save.
Well, the scouting report was on these talented UCO goaltenders that you can't just leave the puck behind the net because they'll go back and move that puck before you can get there. Just kind of getting it on net and making them handle it in front of the goal is a really good idea.
I think that's the best thing they can do here. Instead of dumping into the corner, allowing them to make the play, make them make the save, make them stop play, and get a face-off in the offensive zone.
Bailey Marshall in on the face-off for Arizona. Broncos making a change here, and the officials letting them doing it, which I think is fascinating. Because a couple players now, I'm not quite sure what's happening here. But they let the Broncos make their change, and now we'll have the face-off. And as a matter of fact, another Bronco has been thrown out of the circle, and the new player on the ice comes in. That's Donald Danroth, who wins the face-off. The puck comes to center ice. Arizona is going to try to just chip it up. Bailey Marshall tries to send it low, and he does. Over to Josh Larson. Josh Larson has had some good play here so far this semester, one of the bright spots for the Arizona Wildcats. Here's the puck that just goes over Bailey Marshall's stick. That's a missed opportunity. You know Bailey Marshall wants to score a goal so badly against his former teammates. Leading scorer for Arizona, and we need the Bailey Marshalls, the Anthony Cusinellis, to get some quality shots on goal. As there's a point-blank rebound shot saved by Anthony Cusinelli. We were saying Cusinelli is going to need to make some big saves. Well, there's one. Mark it down. 7:24 to go in the first. Cusinelli saves a goal.
That's what you need from goaltender Anthony Sherrill there. You need him to make those huge saves, and he did one there. It looked like he was playing beat, but able to get the glove up, make the save, and it's still a 0-0 game here at the TCC.
Remember at the end of a couple periods, I was saying that it felt like Arizona was trailing 2-2. It was a tie game, but it felt like Arizona was trailing. Here in a tie 0-0 game, I can feel Arizona gaining a little bit of confidence. As Chris Westland is knocked off the puck. Tried to slip between two Bronco defenders. Now this is an important thing here. Arizona players can't try to do too much by themselves.
Yeah, they need to keep it simple here. They need to recognize how good of a team this UCO team is. Keep it simple. You can't do those fancy dangles. It's not going to work. So you keep it simple, make the first pass, a short pass, no home run passes, and I think that's what sets you up for success in a game like this.
So we have an offside on the Broncos. We'll have a face-off outside the Arizona zone. It's Max Meyer in on the face-off, won by the Broncos, who send it in on goal. Cam Armstrong picks it up for Arizona, sends it around the boards. Can the Cats come out of their zone while they don't connect on their first pass to Vail Artizone? And here comes the University of Central Oklahoma right back in, a shot over the net. Manny Rowe with the puck. Very calm before this game, Manny Rowe, one of the vocal leaders on this team. Passionate hockey player, a good hockey player. The Cats are able to, there's a hit after it. That should be and will be called. So the Cats come right in and they don't get the shot on goal. Oh, it was an open net for Arizona. They could have taken the lead. Oh, what a missed opportunity. But they will go on the power play. We're going to have an elbow. Boy, I didn't think that the official was going to call that at first. That's going to go on Davin Burton, who's complaining about it. I don't know what he's complaining about. It was an obvious call that I thought was going to go missed, but it was seen by the referee. It took him a second, but the arm went up. It was a vicious hit at center ice. The puck was well gone. Yeah,
that was a big open ice hit. That's how guys get hurt when they release the puck. They're not expecting the hit because they don't have the puck. And that, it's a big hit. Gladly, the Arizona Wildcats will go on the power play. But that was such a good opportunity. Best scoring chance of the game. But that just shows the defensive effort that this UCO team puts in. They were playing beat, but they didn't give up on the plate. They kept trying to go after the puck. And luckily for them, they got the puck out of the crease. No goal.
27, Davin Burton. 2 minutes for elbowing time of that penalty. 14 minutes, 11 seconds in the first period. And it gives your Wildcats a Hogan Transportation power play.
Cats could have scored on that delayed penalty, but they do have the man advantage now. Now there's Bailey Marshall. He was being held, or his stick was being held. Nothing called there. And that's the kind of dogged defense that Bailey Marshall's had to deal with here in these two games. Anytime he has the puck near him, there's someone on his stick, there's someone on him. I think that could have been called a holding or a holding the stick call.
Absolutely, Tim, and I think you're right. There is always seemed to be a UCO player on Bailey Marshall, and I think that's because, a lot of these guys played with Bailey Marshall. They know what he's capable of, so they make sure that, he's covered and doesn't have a good opportunity to get the puck.
Well, it's been the same for Anthony Cusinelli, too. Anytime he's near the puck, there's a stick, an opposing stick right near him and the puck. Bailey Marshall tries to chip it towards the net. It goes down low. Arizona hasn't been able to set up here. Great defense here by UCO. So it comes back to Hull. Is he going to take it? He does, but it deflects, doesn't even get through. They're so good at blocking shots. Here's a cross ice and a shot and a goal! Cross ice pass and a shot and a goal. Arizona scores on the power play and takes a 1-0 lead.
That's what happens when you stay calm, Tim. You wait for the right pass. You don't try to be fancy. Look for an opening. You get the one-timer goal. That's exactly what they're looking for there.
Looks like Max Meyer with a beautiful cross-ice pass. He receives it, one-times it. Arizona takes a big 1-0 lead on a power play goal.
Yeah, if you're going to get on the power play like that, you need to make the opportunity work.
Goal given to number 27, Max Meyer. The assist goes to number 11, Bailey Marshall. That's Meyer from Marshall. Time of your Wildcat power play goal, 15 minutes, 23 seconds in the first period.
He shoots. He scores. What a beautiful pass by Bailey Marshall, and Arizona cashes in on its power play. Anytime Arizona has an opportunity like that, they have to capitalize because it's so hard just to get a shot on goal.
Yeah, so if you're going to get on the power play, you need to wait for the right chance, get shots on goal, and that's exactly what they did. Max Meyer, not a huge goal scorer, and it's good for him to step up and recognize it. There was an opening, he went for it and got the puck, shoots and scores.
3:57 to go in the first period. Arizona with a 1-0 lead. Let's see how UCO responds as there's a backhander in on Cusinelli. How they respond is, boy, they are able to press that button. and turn up the intensity because they are at 100% right now coming back at the Arizona Wildcats. But Anthony Shiro makes a good save. Let's see how Arizona plays this last 3:51 of the first with a 1-goal lead. But you can feel that confidence just starting to grow just a little bit there on that Arizona bench.
Yeah, and you have to remember here, Tim, early on in yesterday's game, it was 2-0 Arizona. It almost felt like Arizona had figured out this UCO team, but then that UCO team, they flipped the switch, totally different team. So Arizona, they need to be ready for that. They need to be ready for UCO to change their game plan at any moment.
Well, we talk about to become the champion, you have to beat the champion and you have to play like the champion. Arizona has to match the intensity of UCO as Josh Larson comes in with the puck. That was a good headman effort there. There's a long stretch pass here going to Donald Danroth. He is able to get that puck out. Excellent pass, and it comes in and off of Anthony Shiro, and there's some stick work going behind the play. Referee's watching now, but there's some stuff going on behind the play. We've mentioned before, Coach Berman doesn't like to use the 2-referee system here. There's only 1 referee, and that means behind the play, there can be some stuff happening. Keep your eye on it. So Arizona goes for a partial change here. They were almost caught there, but all is well. 2:57 to go in the first. Now, between the first and second period, we've got our special University of Arizona Cancer Center video, a short video, and then we have highlights and interviews, everything you want to know about University of Arizona hockey. That's our video package between the first and second period. We've got 2:35 to go in this first period. Number 9, Arizona with a 1-0 lead over Central Oklahoma. Puck goes out of play, and I think we'll have a face-off just inside the Arizona end of the ice. The longer this stays low scoring or Arizona with a lead, the more confidence is going to grow over there. But you're never out of the woods against this UCO team. In an instant, they can set up, find an open man, and a great shot on goal.
Yeah, it seems like last night they overcame that 2-goal deficit with almost, no effort. It looks like they just turned on a switch, changed their game plan, and they were right back in the game. And
it was
they
like
didn't
a
look
video.
back there.
It was like a video game almost. It went bing, 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 bing. Suddenly, it was 2-2.
And I think Arizona needs to be careful about that. They need to recognize that they can't back off at all in this game. No lead is safe in this game. We argue about the 2-goal lead, but that's not safe here.
There's a shot that goes wide, and we have a whistle. I'm not sure what the whistle was for. It's not a penalty. We're going to have a face-off, and it's I'm not even sure where the face-off is going to be. .207 to go in the first period. Arizona with a 1-goal lead. And it'll be in the far side dot to the left of Anthony Shiro inside the Arizona zone. These face-offs become so important because Central Oklahoma is so good off of the face-off, setting up right away and getting a shot on goal.
Especially with how well they're forecheck. When you win the draw, as the Arizona Wildcats did there, it almost feels like you still don't win. You got to take control off the face-off and get the puck under control.
And just as we say it, UCO sets up in the offensive zone. It almost looks like they have a power play, how they're able to find space and time with the puck. Arizona with the puck on their stick and not out of the zone again. Here they have it now, but will they be able to get the puck out of the zone? Just barely did they get it to center ice, but that's a big clear. 1:38 to go in the period. Arizona with a 1-goal lead, but there's a case where a freshman, Vail Artizone, can't try to go for a little backhand tap pass. He's got to get his stick on that puck and just move it into the Bronco zone. No harm done, though. Play continues on. 1:17 to go in the first.
And like I said before, Tim, you got to keep it simple here. No blind behind the back passes. Just get it and rip it down ice if you're across the red line.
Here's a puck that dribbles in on goal. Yeah, drop passes at the blue line are going to turn into 2-on-1s going back the other way against such a talented team.
1 minute left in the first period.
Last minute of play here in the first period. Danroth comes over the line with the puck. Nice poke check there by Hull for Arizona. Anthony Cusinelli with the puck on his stick. He headmans it to Justin Plumhoff. Not able to get anything going towards the blue line there, though. as UCO comes right back over the line. Puck's in the slot. Arizona, can they get the puck out? No, it's right at the blue line and kept in. Anthony Cusinelli leaving his feet, trying to block a pass there. That's how dangerous this team is. The puck comes back to the blue line now to the near side. 15 seconds to go in the period. Can Arizona kill the period? God, it looks like UCO's on a power play. 8 seconds to go, and Arizona's going to be able to kill the period. Now they just send the puck down the ice. 4, 3, 2, 1. That's the first period of play. Arizona with a big 1-0 lead over UCO.
Central Oklahoma with 12, Arizona with 5. The score after one complete period.
Once again, Arizona outshot 12-5 in that first period. Only 5 shots on goal for the Arizona Wildcats in that first period. 12 for Central Oklahoma, and a couple stellar saves by Anthony Shuro. And guess what? Arizona has a 1-0 lead after one period of play. Are you surprised, Jackson?
Not as much as I was last night. Although they did get outshot 12-5, I felt like their offensive zone presence was a lot better tonight. They had a few times in the offensive zone where they had some good time on attack, some good puck control, and just weren't able to get a shot off. So I think they're doing a lot better job than they were last night, but there's still a lot to be improved with. I'm surprised that it's a 1-0 lead right now with just how many chances UCO had, but Arizona doing a great job of pushing UCO to the outside, pushing them to the wall, and not letting any good ice in front of Anthony Shuro.
Yeah, I don't get the idea that the Broncos have any great fear of the Arizona Wildcats. You know, it's like they know that they can turn it on and get a couple goals and all will be well. Well, the longer that this game goes like this and Arizona does what it needs to do to stay close in the game, that may not work out all that well for UCO. They might, it might be late in the game, and then they suddenly do fear, hey, guess what? Maybe we could lose this game, and Arizona could be doing what it needs to do. Well, there's a lot of hockey to play before we start to conjecture about that. Just 20 minutes in the books, but Arizona with a 1-0 lead, that's a great start, at least for the confidence of Arizona that really, I think, had its confidence taken away from it a bit last night in that 5-2 loss.
Yeah, I think it's huge for them to go into the locker room right now with the lead. Although they were outshot, I think that first period was a lot more even than much of the game we saw last night. Arizona had some good chances, not a lot of shots, but good time on attack. I think they're doing some little things right. And although UCO did have 12 shots, they had some good block shots, sticks and lanes. They're doing the right things.
So after one period of play, it's number 9 Arizona 1. It's number 10 UCO nothing. Now let's start with a video from the University of Arizona Cancer Center and then our usual package of highlights and interviews. You are watching University of Arizona Wildcats hockey.
Cancer is something that affects all of us, either personally or know somebody who's dealing with it. Pink the Rink's a really special event. We look forward to this game every year. It's a fundraising event with all proceeds going to the University of Arizona Cancer Center.
Breast cancer affects 1 in 8 women in the United States. At the University of Arizona Cancer Center, we have scientists who are working on mechanisms to understand cancer, what we can do to improve the standard of care, and what we can do for cancer.
When I was first diagnosed with cancer, I was dumbfounded. I was breathless, and then I took a breath and I said, what's next?
Right from detection, diagnosis, treatment, and follow-up, we have researchers working on how we can improve patient care and taking care of them long-term.
University of Arizona Cancer Center is like a second home to me. When I go there, I feel welcomed, I feel at home.
We are constantly striving to improve standard of care here at the University of Arizona Cancer Center. Clinical trials are a way of getting tomorrow's treatment today. The reason we have better treatments today was because of clinical trials done before.
Anyone thinking about joining a clinical trial, I encourage you to do it. The trials I've done here have proved to be very beneficial, and the more people that do the clinical trials and donate, the more answers that we can get.
This is a really special game. It's beyond a hockey game. It's more important than a hockey game, and my players take that very, very seriously.
Support Pink the Rink, bear down, go Wildcats, and beat cancer.
Bear down and rise up.
Thank you for supporting Pink the Rink. Bear down, rise up.
Wildcat Hockey is back home. Save up to 20% with UofA Hockey's new FlexPack options, with access of up to 12 UofA games this season.
Your Arizona Wildcats.
Don't miss out. FlexPack tickets are available at TCC box office or call in 791-4101. That's 791-4101. Supporting a UofA hockey team just got easier with our new FlexPack ticket plans. For more information, please visit ArizonaWildcatHockey.org.
All right, welcome into the Sunday special. We are talking Arizona hockey. We're talking clawing their way back to the top. We've got senior Charlie James with me. And Charlie, first of all, welcome in.
Thank you. Appreciate you having me.
It's really nice to be down here in Tucson again, and it's nice to be talking about a team that you've seen over the last 4 years, have a few ups and downs, and now you're on the upside of it. 8-1-0. I got that right, Coach. 8-1-0. And you've had a week now to kind of get your bearings about it after being on the road for a little while. So first of all, talk a little bit about this season and where you guys are at.
We're obviously off to a really strong start here. Not having limited in practice kind of made things a little tough for us at the beginning, but we're really confident with what we have in the locker room. So we've been off to a good start, and we're confident with what we have going forward.
So you guys are off to a great start, as you mentioned, but let's talk a little bit about this season and how it's different from your past seasons here. What's been different? What's gotten you guys off to that great start?
I think our fourth line can carry as much weight as our first line, and that's what it's going to take to take us to the national championship. So I think that's our depth is the biggest factor that's been carrying us this far so far.
You guys have talked a lot about not only wanting to get to the tournament again, but to win the tournament, right? This is all about a winning tradition, about bringing Arizona hockey back on top.
Exactly.
So tell me a little bit about what it's going to take to get there.
It's going to take hard work every single day. We've got 30 guys that want to come to the locker room every single day to the rink and work hard every single day. And if we do that, it's going to create competition within our own team, and that's what it's going to take to win, to be competitive every single day.
Talk to me a little bit about Arizona hockey and what it really means to you. You decided to come here for a reason. What was that reason? What brought you to Arizona?
I've lived in Arizona my whole entire life. This is an amazing school with an amazing program, and I don't think there's anywhere else better to play in the ACHA. I think we have one of the best programs, and every opportunity you could want is here, so that's why I came. So
you get to play at home. Obviously, you've seen these fans growing up, right? Mm-hmm. You've had a chance to witness what it's like to play before a packed house. You've had a chance to see rivalry games with Arizona State and things like that. So,
sure, absolutely.
So year by year, what's it been like for you?
Year by year, it gets better and better. As we get better, more fans want to come and watch a winning team. So every single year, the fans get more and more into it, and I think this year they're most excited, obviously, because we have a great team, and I think they're really excited for the home stretch we have here.
So when I say Arizona hockey climbed their way back to the top, I don't know if you remember the glory days of years ago, but you went through some lean times, and now you get a chance to go. I know last year you had a chance to see that number 16 go up to the rafters. And how much would it mean to bring that national championship back here?
That's everything. That's what we come here every single day to do, is that we want that national championship, and if we don't get that, then in reality we don't have anything. So that's the only goal here, and that's what we want.
So as we talk Arizona hockey, we talk, and I hate to use the word club, Coach hates me to use the word club, but it's club hockey and it's dedication, right? I mean, you got to pay to be in this program.
Yep.
You got to be a student athlete.
Yep.
You got to do some bus rides. You got to do some plane rides. Give us a little perspective from a guy that's been here for 4 years, what that's been like to travel, to go through the ups and downs, to have broken down buses, to be in a bus accident. Give us a little bit of insight.
It's not easy. It's a lot of work. It takes up a lot of your time. But when you have 20 other guys in the locker room that want to win and want to be there with you, it makes it a whole lot easier. So, and that's definitely what we have this year. So it's a blast. No matter where we are, what we're doing, it's always fun to be with the guys, and that's why we have a winning culture.
So you just came off of a second week on the road where you played 3 games in 3 nights. What's that like as a player?
By game 3, it's not easy to walk. It's a lot of skating in a short amount of time, but we've got a deep team, so if we all just keep working hard, we can do it. We can grind out the weekends, and we can take the whole entire weekend home.
So let's talk a little bit more in depth about that. Tell me a little bit about what it's like. You ride the bus for 20 hours, whatever it is. You get to a hotel, got homework to do, may have a test to take.
Sure.
What's that like as a student athlete hockey player?
We hop on the bus, we find as many movies as we can. We lay there for about 20 hours, and once we get there, we try, get our legs going, maybe go for a team stretch, a jog, something like that, to kind of recuperate ourselves, and we try to get dialed in for the game. Obviously, if we have homework, we'll take care of that. We'll take our pre-game naps, and then we just try to dial in for the night. Try to forget about all the other factors like the bus ride, everything like that, the travel. We just want to focus on the task at hand.
So Charlie, tell me a little bit about what it's like game day. Okay, right? You guys you come down here. Let's talk about a home game for example. You come down here, you know what you expect outside with the crowd. But what's your preparation like?
I like to get a pregame skate in the morning, and then I usually like to get a big meal in after that, and then I'll go home, take a nap, and then usually get to the rink about 2.5 hours early. Try and just settle in, think about the game, think about what I'm going to do. And then I kind of just like to keep it loose before the game. Just try to get a stretch in, maybe play some soccer with the boys, and then just focus on the task at hand and get ready for the task at hand at night.
And has that been pretty similar the full 4 years, or have you seen things tighten up and get a little different as you guys continue to get wins?
Personally, I've tried to do the same thing the same 4 years. I've always have, so that's pretty much stayed the same. But I know as a team, we're a lot more focused and dialed in every single day. So
I'm talking about clawing your way to the top. Tell the fans out there, the Arizona hockey fans, why they can expect to see you guys not only in the national tournament but challenging for that title.
We've got, like I said, we've got 30 guys in the locker room that just want to win, and that's what it's going to take for us to go all the way in the national tournament. And I believe that we have 30 guys that can do what it takes to win a national championship.
Charlie, appreciate your time. Good luck tonight, or good luck this weekend. When you're off, but you got the NHL alumni team coming in, right? Which will be a lot of fun.
I'm very excited for that.
Then the big series headed to Oklahoma, right?
Yeah, that's the big one.
Good luck then, and good luck the rest of the way.
Appreciate it.
Hey, hockey fans in the Desert Southwest. Ice Time Hockey Southwest is officially bark approved.
Hello Wildcat fans, I'm Chad Berman, head coach of Arizona Hockey. I'm inviting you out for our annual Pink the Rink event. You could buy one of these jerseys and put the name of any loved one you want on the back. All proceeds go directly to the University of Arizona Cancer Center. Help us put cancer in the penalty box.
I'm Timothy Gasson. They call me the AZ Puck Man. I've been following hockey at the University of Arizona for more than 30 years. And this is my Wildcat Hockey Report.
Welcome to another Wildcat Hockey Report. Let's send it over to Victor Garcia with a very special video feature.
Thank you, Tim. I'm here with Anthony Cusinelli, captain of the UofA Hockey team. So, Anthony, we get to see you play out here on this ice from the stands. We get to see the action, you taking your shots for your goals. Amazing stuff. Tell me, what is it like? What is the sensation of skating, feeling the ice beneath you? Tell me about that.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool feeling. I mean, I'm kind of used to it by now. I've been skating since I was about 5 years old. I fell in love with the game when I was that young, and I still have the same feeling every time I skate.
And it must be a weird feeling knowing that there's other people on the ice. They all want the same thing. What is it like to know that there's other people out there trying to stop you from doing your thing out on the ice?
Yeah, it kind of seems like there's a lot of traffic at sometimes. There's 5 guys on your team, 5 guys on their team, and you don't have much time to think. And when you get the puck, you got to make a quick decision, and you don't have as much time as you think when you get the puck, and you kind of have to think on your toes and know what you're doing before you get the puck.
With all that gear you have on, people don't know that you have a lot of those gloves going on, you have all those pads on you. How does it feel to feel that end of the stick with those thick gloves? Like, do you feel the puck when it comes to you?
Yeah, it's a different feeling. You kind of try to keep your head up when you have the puck, but you can definitely feel every little stick handle. Whenever you have the puck, you can feel it. When you're about to shoot, I can feel the momentum in my hands moving, and yeah, you don't really realize how much that goes into it, but I feel everything when I'm out there.
You and a lot of other players take a lot of brutal punishment. What is it like to feel your face pressed against this gnarly glass?
Yeah, it's not fun for sure. You kind of get introduced to it when you're younger. So I think I was about 12 when I started getting hit more often. And I mean, you kind of learn how to take a hit. You learn how to give hits the right way. And it's definitely not fun to get hit or be tackled in the ASU games especially. But you kind of get used to it, and it becomes just part of the game.
Any occasion where you think this is like the worst time you ever been tackled or taken down before?
Yeah, in juniors, I got a couple of sticks to the face, lost my tooth, and broke my nose last game, but it's all part of the game.
What is the feeling of gliding on the ice? You feel like it looks like you're flying from the stands. What is that feeling of the speed, like pressing against your face, the wind going?
Yeah, it's cool. I mean, you definitely feel the wind when you're skating fast, and hearing the fans and hearing the ice crack when you're taking your strides. It's definitely a cool feeling.
So hockey is a very full contact, violent sport. Tell me, how does a hockey player get that fear out of their mind? Because you can't play out on this ice with fear in your mind. How do you get that out?
Yeah, I think it's tough for sure. A lot of it's mental. It's a really big mental game, and when you're playing, you just got to try to control what you can control and put the fear in the back of your head, because you know you're going to get hit, you know you're going to get bumped, but as long as you can just focus on the game, you'll be fine.
So Anthony, while you're skating out here, tell me the feeling of it when everything comes together, when you feel that you might take a shot and you might score. What is that feeling like?
Yeah, I think there's certain times when you know you're going to score and when you know it's just a shot on net, but when I get the puck on my stick and I know it feels right and I know I have a good opportunity to score, it's an amazing feeling. And then especially when it turns out as planned and I score, it's an awesome feeling, especially here in front of our fans.
Yes, and there's another one off the stick and in the net. Arizona takes a 4-0 lead.
We've been speaking to Anthony Cusinelli, captain of the UofA Hockey team. That'll be it with the Wildcat Hockey Report. We'll see you on the ice at the Tucson Arena.
Your hockey team, your Arizona Wildcats. Tickets for Arizona hockey are now on sale. Your hockey team, your Arizona Wildcats. Call 791-4101 for tickets now.
Welcome back to the Tucson Arena. I'm Timothy Gasson, joined by my broadcast partner, Jackson Peters. We're getting ready for the second period of play between number 9, Arizona, and number 10, Central Oklahoma. A good first period of play, showing the strengths of both teams, I think, Jackson. Only 5 shots on goal for Arizona, though. They do have a 1-0 lead. Each team had 1 power play opportunity. Arizona cashed in on theirs with a Max Meyer goal. Beautiful assist there by Bailey Marshall, who of course wants to show his old team that he can play. You know, and he played well last night and had an assist, but he wants to light the lamp against his former teammates. You know that. So Arizona weathered the storm. UCO looked just as strong as they did last night, but they didn't score a goal. Anthony Shiro played very, very well. And as we anticipated, we thought he would have to give Arizona a chance. What does Arizona need to do in the second period to try to create some momentum for themselves?
So I think one of the big things is something you won't hear a lot about a team talking is I think weathering the storm, like you said, has got to be part of the game plan here. You know, you're going to have to expect a lot of shots from this team, but you have to make sure they're bad shots. You can't let them get, right in front of goaltender Anthony Shiro. You can't let them get those second and third chances. Push them outside, push them high. Let them take those shots. Those aren't good shots. Those are shots that Anthony Shiro can make. And then, you get the puck and just hit it off the glass and chase it. if you get to the red line, send the puck down the ice, send it in on goaltender Cody Campbell, and go after it. Maybe you get a whistle, maybe he fumbles the puck, and there's a good opportunity to tap it in. But I think the big thing here is control it in your zone, get it out, and send it down the ice. You're not going to beat this team in one-on-one skating battles.
Well, and as you said, Jackson, there have been a lot of backdoor play opportunities for UCO. They seem to have a guy sneak into that back post. They scored a couple beautiful goals that way last night against Arizona. Arizona's got to mark their man going to that far post to keep those tap-in opportunities from happening. Okay, we're getting ready to drop the puck here on the second period. UCO will be going from left to right. University of Arizona in their Pink the Rink Cancer Awareness jerseys will go from right to left. And the puck is down, and we're underway in the second period of play. Arizona with a 1-0 lead. And I would love to see Jackson, that so feared 2-0 lead by Arizona that we argue about all the time, if that's a good or a bad lead. I think this would not be a bad lead for Arizona tonight, because I don't think there's a chance of Arizona thinking, oh, we've won the game. We have a 2-goal lead against UCO. They had a 2-goal lead against the Broncos last night. That evaporated very quickly. Arizona's going to have to score a few goals here tonight if they have a chance to win this game. But, wow, they have the lead. But here come the Broncos over the line. There's an attempted feed by Austin Cunningham in front. Whapped away by an Arizona defender. And there's another example of the puck on the stick of a Wildcat, but it goes right to a Bronco off the stick of Bailey Marshall. Ooh, that puck took a weird bounce off the end boards and is still in the Arizona end of the ice. Right in the slot, the puck goes right straight up in the air, and the Cats glove it out to center ice. A Bronco touched it next, so it's not a hand pass, but here we've got an icing, I believe, on the Broncos. A Bronco takes a big tumble behind the net. I think that was Landon Robin, but he's okay and up. Well, let me check that.
I think that's number 26, Matt Davies, who went down in the corner.
Yep, 26.
And I think that's a good no call by the ref. It looked like he got a little bit of a stick from an Arizona player, but he just kind of got tripped up. No harm, no foul.
Anthony Cusinelli digging for the puck behind the net, but it comes up the near side boards and now out to center ice. Keelan Ulnick sends it in, but Arizona has a delayed offside. They have to vacate the zone. Now they're back in after the puck. Comes up the far side and to center ice. Arizona picks it up. Goes over to Keelan Ulnick, defenseman on the near side. Over to Hull. Coach Wehrman having to mix up some of his defensive assignments. Arizona's down a couple defensemen. Manny Rowe usually a partner with Ulnick. And Ulnick's over talking to the freshman Hull right now. Hull's had a good freshman season, but as you know, when you throw defensemen together that haven't played together yet, there's some stuff that they got to work out to be effective, covering for each other and knowing how to play with each other. So we have a face-off now to the right of Anthony Shuro, who's played so well so far in this game, and boy, he's going to have to. Well, the sticks were down, but the puck was not. Now it's won by the Broncos and goes down behind the Arizona net. Up the near side boards, and Anthony Cusinelli does get it out to center ice. Chris Westland racing for it there. See, this is where the Cats need to put on an effective forecheck to keep that speed game of UCO from getting enacted. They throw the puck back in. Ethan Stouhuth digging for it there, but here come the Broncos, and I think they've iced the puck, and it is called. There's a little bit of whap on Anthony Shuro. I was surprised that the Cat players just kind of skated away there.
And I think that's intentional. I think the Cats are just trying to stay away from any altercation. They just want this game to be about simple, plain old hockey. They don't want the extracurricular stuff. And although that wasn't a big hit on Anthony Shuro, I'm sure if it was, it would have started something. But I think the Cats are just trying to keep it simple here and keep their heads cool.
I think you're right. The Broncos got under the Wildcats' skin a little bit last night. I really do think they did. And they pulled a couple antics on Arizona to rub their nose in it a little bit. And I think Arizona is responding in a really, really good way here. As you said, they're trying to avoid that stuff, and they've got the attitude as there's an offside at the Arizona blue line. This is our home ice, and let's not be dictated to about the style of game that we want to play here on our home ice. So far, they've done a good job. 2 minutes and 39 seconds into the second period. Arizona with a 1-0 lead. We'll have a face-off at center ice. Won by the Cats. That's Hull with the puck. Sends it up and over a couple sticks into the Broncos zone. They pick it up and try to headman it. Over the stick of Keelan Ulnick, and Graydon Hull digs for it there. Back to Hull behind the net. Looking for a player out front. Comes to the point. Comes in, and there's a save by Shero. He fought it off to the corner. UCO doing a great job possessing the puck in the offensive zone. Arizona needs to get some sticks in lanes and dig for that puck. Here's where the Broncos make you work in your own end of the ice. As the puck comes out, do the Cats get it out? They don't. Cats have to get a stick on this puck. Keelan Ulnick now looking behind him and headmans it up, at least to center ice, to the Broncos line and in, but Vail Artizoni didn't have anyone with him. Now, Cat fans, keep watching behind the play, because with only there's a stuff attempt on Anthony Shero. That easily could have been a goal, as a Bronco was able to just walk in all alone. That was Donald Danroth, who's had a good game here tonight, able to dipsy-do around his defender. Anthony Shero to the rescue again.
Yeah, the defensemen, they have to be there. They have to help out their goaltender. And one defenseman, freshman Matthew Hull, on that series, he did something, kind of an unsung hero thing that I don't think most people would notice, is he was constantly looking in front of the net for an UCO player to be creeping in front of the net, and he picked up that guy and took away that backdoor pass. And we need players like Matthew Hull to be aware of that.
So you want to put a little Wilbur the Wildcat paw on the helmet of Matthew Hull for making that play, and I agree with you. Past Arizona teams have done that. You know, the football team has a little patty paw, a little paw print for Wilbur the Wildcat, that you make a play and you put it on your football helmet, and by the end of the season you're covered with Wildcat paws. Arizona Hockey has done that in the past. They haven't done it in recent years.
Well, if they start it, I think Matthew Hull, a good contender to get the first one, and that's what you need, is you need defensemen pick up the players that are open.
Yep. Puck comes in on Shero. He just calmly sets it aside. Now, it's interesting there that Anthony Shero didn't mind the play to continue there with a lot of activity around him rather than just gobbling up that puck.
Yeah, sometimes it's better to let the play roll. I think he recognized that his players were able to get the puck if he let it go.
Nice glove save there by Anthony Shero. Now, this is the Anthony Shero that we saw in that first semester. So cool, calm, collected, plays his angles so well, and makes those big saves.
Yeah, this is the Anthony Shero that Arizona Wildcats need right now. They need him to come up huge, make these big saves that you wouldn't expect a goaltender to make at this level, and he's doing it. He's looking a lot like his first semester self, and I think he knows it.
Cats try for the home run pass, but it gets deflected at center ice. Cats have to be careful about that. Puck comes in on Shero, and he leaves it for Cam Armstrong. Goes back the other way. Look how quickly onto the puck that Central Oklahoma is, as they go right back on the offense, but Arizona steals the puck away. Can they get up ice? It's Bailey Marshall with it. Is he going to be interfered with? The puck is poked away from him. No penalty. Good defense there against Bailey Marshall. So he's going to go for a change here. He took a tumble there. I hope he's okay as he goes to the bench. Almost a break for Bailey Marshall, but some good defensive speed there by the Broncos.
Yeah, it looked like Bailey Marshall was just kind of running out of steam there. He needed to come up for air. I think he was looking to make the change, and he almost ended up with a breakaway. I think that happens a little sooner for him. I think he might be able to sneak away from that Bronco defender.
4 minutes and 59 seconds into the second period. Arizona still with a 1-0 lead. The longer the game goes on like this, the better for Arizona, I think, Jackson.
Yeah, this is exactly what they need, Tim. They need it to stay really even here, Tim. They don't, not necessarily outshoot UCO because of how, the sheer amount of how much they get, but they need to make sure they don't get good scoring opportunities. I think this makes both teams work really hard if it's a close game.
Cats win the faceoff, but it comes right back to the Broncos with speed up ice. There's an empty net there going to the far side post as Bronco takes a big tumble into the boards. No call. Play continues back. There's Chris Westland with a shot. Oh, that goes off the blocker of Campbell. The puck comes off the net comes off of its posts. I don't think we're going to have a call here, just a whistle and a faceoff. Luckily, that Bronco player who went hard into the boards is okay and up, and no penalty there as well. And I think those are two good no calls.
Yeah, I think that's the right thing to do there. The net just got dislodged off its moorings on accident. I don't think it was intentional. That UCO player in the corner, not intentional. I think the refs are doing a really good job of officiating this game and only making the calls that are really necessary here.
14:43 to go in the second. Arizona 1-0 over the mighty Broncos. Oh, there's an attempt. That was the stick was lifted up of the Arizona player there going for the puck. Crafty play there by the Bronco. So there's Anthony Cusinelli, backhands it. No good real scoring opportunity there because there was no real angle there by Chris Westland. Here come the Broncos the other way. This counter punch is what Arizona needs to be afraid of as Anthony Shiro makes another good save there. Puck comes to the near side corner. Digging for it there is Graydon Hole. Arizona comes away with it and up, but not out. Boy, you send that up the boards, you better send that hard enough to get out of the zone. Keelan Ulnick now with the puck, and he sends it high up off and into the UCO bench, but that's more the idea. You want that to get out of the zone. You make it hard enough to get out of the zone.
Yeah, and one thing I'm noticing about this UCO team that they do really well that you don't see teams do so often in a game is when the puck gets rimmed around the glass and it's up in the air, their defensemen like to, put a hand up, jump up in the air, and throw the puck to the ice. We don't see defensemen do that often, but it seems like UCO players are almost looking to make that play. So you got to be really careful about where you put that puck when you're trying to get out of the zone.
Well, Coach Wehrman talked about after last night's game how many small things, how many little things that UCO did well. There's another example. UCO so good at keeping the puck in the zone. When they get set up, it's almost inevitable that they're at least going to get a good shot on goal. They're so good at possessing the puck, moving it, finding that open space. And we were talking about it's not like they play a cycle game. It's almost like they move in and out, contract, and find that open space. And they kind of mesmerize, at least last night, they mesmerized Arizona a little bit to watch the puck moving around in their own end of the ice. Arizona doing a better job with that tonight as Manny Rose sends it around the near side board. Oh, cut off by a Bronco there. Sends it right back down behind the net, and a little dipsy-do pass right in the slot. And another one. Here comes Arizona. Can they go 3-on-2 and counterpunch now? 3-on-3. There's an attempt at a pass into the slot, but no real passing or shooting zone. And here comes a 2-on-1 going the other way. And that was a nice play there by Justin Dungy. It could have been a 3-on-0 if he doesn't get to that puck, actually. Arizona dodges one of those bullets. Boy, they dodged a couple bullets there, Jackson.
Yeah, that was a really gutsy play. That could have been a 4-on-0.
Yes.
So that was a really nice play. Had the confidence to make the play. He knew it was at risk, and luckily he got to the puck, stopped that odd man break.
Yeah, there's a case where if you back up, it's going to be a 4-on-1. He had to pinch up there. And here we're going to have an icing on UCO. 12:47 to go in the second period. Arizona with a 1-0 lead. But boy, UCO is so dangerous anytime they have the puck in the offensive zone. We've said it before, Arizona has a couple high scorers on their team. UCO has 4 of those. Arizona has 2 over 30 points. UCO has 4 over 20 points. They really spread their scoring throughout their lineup. Hard to defend that many good scores.
Yeah, and this is a team that likes to string goals together. They like to get one and then get another few. They're a kind of team that, could get 2 or 3 goals in a span of 5 minutes, and those are the only goals they get all game.
Cats need to be careful here. Again, no cute little touch passes against this squad. So there's an example of not getting the puck out of their own end. Cats digging for it. That's West Freiburg digging for it in the near side boards, but UCO comes away with it, goes to the far side point. Now down low, goes wide of the net. Arizona needs to get the puck. This is one of those sequences where they're so dangerous as it comes right back out into the slot again. Arizona headmans it up. That's Anthony Cusinelli with Bailey Marshall, the two top scorers. But again, there's no scoring or shooting lane for Arizona there. They send in a tough angle shot in on Campbell. He makes the easy save. That looked like a good opportunity, but UCO really sealed them off there.
Yeah, what happens there is, you know, those Arizona forwards, they're stuck in the zone, so when they get a chance to get out of the zone, they're tired. They want to change, but they got to try and make the best out of the situation they got. But the defensemen for UCO, they're expecting it, they're ready for it, and they're able to shut it down.
Cully Olson sends it up the ice, and there's a high hit on the head of an Arizona player. No call there on Spencer Piratello. Very dangerous hit, open ice hit. And Charlie James just went head hunting, and so Spencer Piratello goes after James. The Bronco is down. That's directly because there wasn't a call on Piratello for that high hit. Donald Danroth was sent to the ice. He's up and he's okay, and that's good. We don't want anyone hurt here on either squad. So Danroth is up and he's okay, but Piratello went after James specifically because there was not a penalty called a few seconds earlier, and James took exception to that. We're talking about Charlie James will do what he needs to do for his team, and he took out Donald Danroth, and then Piratello got into it with James. I got to believe Charlie James is going to be, well, Charlie James is heading off the ice. We'll have to see here if this is a game misconduct.
And I think Charlie James, that's just kind of the player he is. And it looks like we're going to get the UCO player heading off the ice as well.
Well, you know, there's 11 minutes to go in the period, so this wouldn't be a 10-minute misconduct. They may both be disqualified here.
Yeah, and that's a tough loss for both teams. But I think, you know, it's something that kind of, you could see it coming. With the no call there, you know Charlie James is going to be upset. You know he's going to go head hunting. And then no call on the hit he had on that UCO player. It was a, you know, arguably a little bit of a high hit. I think both of those hits could have been called a penalty, and neither of them were, and I think that's what led to that altercation. But I think it's inevitable there with that first no call that something is going to come from it.
So that's interesting, Jackson, because I saw it as a very dangerous high hit, but you may have seen it as maybe a marginal call. Maybe you call that, maybe you don't. You didn't see it as serious a thing. So that's the difference between how you and I might have seen it, but it's how the players on the ice saw it. And obviously Charlie James saw that as a headhunter kind of move, and he took exception to it. And that's why we saw what happened there. Neither you or I called the penalty, so it doesn't really matter what we thought it was. The officials have to call it. But we do have to understand the motivation of the players on the ice, how they saw it. I think Charlie James absolutely saw that as an intent to injure from the Bronco player, and so he took something into his hands to do something about it.
Yeah, and even when it's not a high hit like that, I think that very well should have been called a penalty. But even if that's a clean hit, you know, you get just absolutely rocked, you get hit to the ice, no call, you're going to get upset. You're going to go looking for the big hit. That's just the nature you have as a hockey player. If you get hit to the ice, you want to make up for it. You want to just go crush somebody into the boards, and that's exactly what Charlie James did.
It'll be interesting to see if anyone gets a man advantage out of this. I would think not, and it could be they've just tossed the two players. Anthony Cusinelli's coming over for an explanation from the referee. So far, there's nothing up on the boards, and it looks like perhaps number 20 Spencer Piratello and number 23 Charlie James might be out of this game, which is unfortunate for both players because they'll miss the next game they play. Arizona plays next weekend here, of course, Saturday and Sunday against the University of Utah here at the Tucson Arena. And so Charlie James wouldn't be available for the first game, if indeed. And this is just my guess right now. I think both players have been tossed.
Yeah, I think that's probably what's going to end up happening. We'll have to wait for the call. But if you're Charlie James there, it's something you feel like you have to do, and it's hard not to. But, you know, you're going to miss next game. Say it is a game misconduct, you're ejected from the game. It's tough to miss your next game, especially when you're a senior.
Only so many games to play.
Only so many, and you know that. You know Charlie James, you know, maybe he has a calendar, he's just ticking down. There's only so many games he's going to be able to play in this U of A jersey, so it's tough to sit out a game.
But what did I say before this game off camera to you, Jackson? I said, Charlie James, if there's a guy who has to go out and make a physical statement to stand up for his team, he's the guy who's going to go do it. And he went and did that. I'm not surprised that Charlie James stood up for his teammate like that. He's the one that's part of his role on this team. And he'll take that penalty. Okay, I've been disqualified. I don't get to play my next game. I did that for my team because I thought it needed to be done. I'm not surprised that he took that role. I'm glad that no one is hurt. We don't want any of these young men hurt on either squad. We don't want them going after each other to hurt each other. So don't get me wrong about that. But you like when players stick up for their teammates, and I'm glad that no one is hurt here.
Yeah, that wasn't an intent to injure. That was a statement. And I think by Charlie James doing that, he's just making a statement that should have been a call. And I think he did the right thing there.
Yeah. You know, players often say to officials, if you don't police the game, we're going to have to do it ourselves. And I think there was a little bit of that. It didn't get out of hand any further than that. We'll wait for the call here, and we'll see how both teams react to this.
Oklahoma penalty on number 20, Spencer Paratalo, a disqualification for fighting. Arizona penalty on number 23, Charlie James, a disqualification for fighting. Both penalties at 8 minutes of the second period.
There's a big save by Anthony Sherrill. Looks like he was totally beat.
Somehow he put a pad up in the. How did he come up with that puck after we were listening to the official calls here? And I think now Arizona has picked up a minor penalty off of that. Oh, we were wondering how the teams were going to react. Arizona picks up, that's Keelan Olnick picks up a penalty. Charlie James and, as we thought, Spencer Paratalo, both with game disqualifications, so they're gone. The puck came right up ice, and Anthony Sherrill made another one of those game-saving kind of saves, but immediately Arizona takes a penalty, and here's a man advantage. This is when UCO can press that button.
Wildcat penalty on number 24, Keelan Olnick. 2 minutes for cross-checking. Time of that penalty, 9 minutes, 12 seconds in the second period.
This is when UCO can kind of press that PlayStation button that they can do so well. There's a stuff attempt. Post is protected there by Shuro, so a one-man advantage, 1:40 to go on that power play. Arizona does get the puck out of the zone. Another critical part of this game, Jackson.
Yeah, it is. They got to get it out of the zone. If they can kill off this penalty, it's a tough penalty to take, especially after that altercation involving Charlie James. They got to kill it off here. That's a huge confidence builder if you can kill this off.
Brandon Formosa with the puck coming over the line, comes down into the near side corner. Back for a tough angle shot, goes behind the net. Back to Dan Roth. Over to Mills, out right to the slot. There's an open shot that goes right up and down, and there's a hit from behind. That's got to be a call. It's not called. That's a hit from behind on Arizona there. No call. That was so close to the boards. Dangerous play there by Arizona. Play continues on, but can they get the puck out of the zone here as the puck is deflected out of play? Good play there by the Arizona defense. But boy, how did the ref miss that hit from behind?
I'm not sure, Tim, and it wasn't an intent to injure. It's kind of one of those situations where, you know, the guy who gets checked is facing the boards, loses an edge, and he gets hit. And as an Arizona player there, you need to recognize that a player is in a vulnerable position.
Yeah.
You have to be careful. You can't hit him like that. And luckily for Arizona, I think they just got a big break. They don't lose another guy. It's just a 5-on-4 power play. I think this very well could have been a 5-on-3 power play for UCO right now.
Yeah, I think they dodged a bullet there with that non-call. 53 seconds to go on the one-man advantage for UCO. Of course, a lot of discussion with the referee about that, and the referee's going over to, I think, to talk to the coaching staff specifically about that. Why wasn't that called? Craig McAllister, the head coach, arguing with the referee. I can understand his frustration there. The referee was looking right at the play, and he didn't think it was a penalty, and he did not call one. So, you know, they have a different perspective on the ice. We talk about this. How we see things up here from the press box, how referees see them from the ice and the perspective they have can be very different. And as we saw, you know, Last week, we thought there was a goal, and we looked at the video replay, and we swore that puck went in from our angle. Guess what? We saw a camera angle from behind the net. It hit the post and went directly 90 degrees across the crease. It did not go in, and we swore from our angle that it was a goal. So the perception on the ice can be different. And here we've got Brandon Formosa heading off the ice. I'm not quite sure what's going on here. There might be a misconduct here.
Number 16, Brandon Formosa, a 10-minute misconduct. Time of that penalty, 10 minutes, 20 seconds in the second period.
So because there's only 9:40 left in the period, Formosa heads to the locker room with the 10-minute misconduct, and he's lost for the rest of the second period as Arizona tries to get the puck out of the zone, moving up the ice. Can they get it up? Nope. There's another big hit there by Cam Armstrong right on the, and this will become another penalty as UCO touches the puck. It will be a two-man advantage now. So there was some hard hitting there next to the boards, and we're going to have a roughing call on another Arizona Wildcat. So for 36 seconds, there'll be a two-man advantage. Here, Arizona's got to keep its head here. We were wondering how they were going to react after that physical altercation. Cam Armstrong now in the box. They've got to keep their head here because now suddenly against an incredibly dangerous Broncos squad, they're going to be down two men for 36 seconds.
Cam Armstrong, 2 minutes for boarding. Time of that penalty, 10 minutes, 36 seconds in the second period.
Check that, not a roughing, a boarding penalty. On Cam Armstrong, so the Cats really have their work cut out for them now. 30 seconds to go of a two-man advantage against UCO. You are asking for trouble, of course, against any team, but UCO, who moves the puck so well in the offensive zone. There's a great defensive move there by Bailey Marshall, chipping that puck out of play. Boy, we're going to need 19 more seconds of that. What do you do when you're down two men other than just kind of keep that triangle, keep it tight, and block shooting lanes?
The big thing, Tim, is you can't run around. You can't commit to guys. It's really hard to forecheck. If you're going to go after a puck, you better be 100% sure you're going to get it. So don't run around. You know, if they get the puck back, that's what's going to have to be.
Cats win the faceoff, but aren't able to clear the zone. So important, they need a clear right now. Down to 9 seconds to go on the two-man. 9 seconds to go. 5, 4, 3. There's a wraparound or a point-blank attempt. Arizona has one player back. It's not just a one-man advantage. Can Arizona head back up ice 3-on-3? Can they headman it? They just send it down the ice because they can't ice it. They still are down a man. Keelan Ulnick goes for it there, but doesn't hold on to the puck. Now 1:08 to go on the one-man advantage. They don't score on the two-man, but Arizona steals a little bit more time off the power play and sends it back in. Now a minute to go on the power play advantage. What an emotional lift this would be for the Arizona Wildcats if they were able to kill this off. A lot of time left for UCO on this power play. I think arguably for a lot of that time they deserved a two-man advantage. There was a call that wasn't made, but finally another call was made as the puck chips over the net. Cats haven't sent it up to the near side boards. Can they keep it in? UCO does keep it in. Cats are now able to get it down the ice. 30 seconds to go on the power play. What an emotional lift this would be for Arizona as we have just 7:45 to go in the second period. Still just 1-0 here. Amazingly, Arizona with the lead down to the last 15 seconds of this power play. The entire Arizona bench standing here. They know this is such an important part of this game. UCO over the line, though. Last 5 seconds to go on the power play. UCO in the offensive zone, moving it around. But it comes to an Arizona player. Are they able to get it out of the zone? They do. Here comes Cam Armstrong out of the box with Bailey Marshall, who sends it in wide of the net. Cats survive that two-man disadvantage. We remain 1-0 here. 7:10 to go in the second. Manny Rowe looking for the puck there, and he chips it high off the glass. That's a good clear by Manny Rowe. As the Cats are now offside, Artizzoni with the puck, and we'll have a whistle. Now at the end of the second period, make sure to go to the University of Arizona Wildcat Facebook page where Jackson Peters will talk to an Arizona Wildcat. That's live on our Arizona Wildcat Facebook page. That'll be in 6:57 of game time. Then we'll have another video package of highlights and interviews and everything to do with University of Arizona hockey. That's in 6:57. That's what's left in the second period. Arizona leading 1-0 over the Broncos. So Arizona weathered that storm, Jackson. Now what do they need to do to try to create a little bit of momentum?
Well, if they're able to contain UCO in the defensive zone on a 5-on-3, they need to learn how to do it 5-on-5.
There's another big hit in the Arizona zone. No call. The crowd gets excited by it. Hitting, picking up here. Cats need to be careful not to pick up another penalty here, as UCO is a little frustrated here. And the Cats need to keep their heads here and weather this storm and see if they can come up with the power play as the U of A chant starts up. This crowd, a much better crowd here tonight on a Saturday night, sensing this is an important part of the game.
Yeah, I don't think we've seen UCO get frustrated in Tucson yet, and I think that's what they're starting to get. It looks like they're headhunting. They're looking to make the big hit. They're frustrated that they can't bury one here.
Yeah, they want to make Arizona make a mistake here and take a stupid penalty. Let's see. Looking if the up and down the bench, if the Cats are going to talk to each other about keeping your head here. We've got them frustrated. We're a little bit of a burr under their saddle right now. Let's keep out of that box. We weathered a two-man advantage for UCO. 5:40 to go in the period. So far, again, Arizona cannot create shots on goal. I'd be surprised if they have matched their first period 5 shots on goal. As a big hit there by Manny Rowe, no call. And here comes UCO the other way with some room and another good defensive effort that goes off a Cat, and he's down. I think he may have taken that puck high off of his face. Oh yeah, I think that puck went off of his head. I'm not sure. He's up and okay, but that's called laying yourself out for your team, as the trainer was being brought over. But I think the players are going to be able to get back to the bench here.
And it looks like Arizona might go back on the penalty kill here.
Cats very frustrated as Chris Westland goes into the box. Exactly what we said the Cats have to avoid, with 5:19 to go in the second period.
And the tough break about that is that's a hard-working penalty. It wasn't intentional. Chris Westland recognized that it was going to be an odd man break. He back-checked as hard as he could, and unfortunately for him, he just, he tied up that UCO forward and just took him down. It's a penalty.
Westland, 2 minutes for boarding. Time of that penalty, 14 minutes, 41 seconds in the second period.
So another boarding penalty, this one on Chris Westland, gives UCO another golden opportunity down to the last 5 minutes of the second period with another man advantage. And we've talked about it before, Jackson. It takes a lot of energy to kill penalties.
Yeah, it's really tough, especially against a team like UCO. It's a totally different game if you're having to kill, against a team that moves the puck so quickly and so
Here come
well.
the Cats 3-on-1 over the line. Bailey Marshall with the puck, but he can't get it on net. Nice defensive play there by Davin Burton for Arizona, Central Oklahoma. Now we've got a big tussle in the goaltender. And look at this. Look at the UCO player picking up the Arizona player and throwing him off of him. Let's see, is he going to go to the box here? Well, I think they're both going to go, but that's a really dangerous play. Picking up an Arizona player who was just he was hit into the goaltender. That's why number 27, Davin Burton's going to the box. And he picks up the Arizona player like he had done something wrong.
Yeah, that's something I've never seen in all my days of watching hockey, Tim. Someone pick up another player like a wheelbarrow, push him off the goaltender, and I think that's just something that's unnecessary. It's dangerous. To have skates flying up in the air like that, and I think that's just unnecessary.
That's a really dangerous, you could really injure the opposing player doing that. We'll see what the call is here. Davin Burton, I think he knew he was going to be called for interference there, pushing the Arizona player into his own goaltender, and he was trying to get perhaps to pull the Arizona player to come with him. So we'll play even-handed for 120, and then Arizona will have a 40-second power play. We'll wait for the call here, but that was a bizarre sequence. 4:39 to go in the second period. We'll skate 4-on-4 for 120.
Number 27, Davin Burton, 2 minutes for interference. Time of that penalty, 15 minutes, 21 seconds in the second period.
So that's a good call here. Normally, I would think skating 4-on-4 would be an advantage for Arizona because they're so fast, but this is such a dangerous UCO squad that I would think that the advantage actually goes to them for the next minute. But Arizona comes away with the puck over the line. There's Josh Larson with it, looking for someone to send it to get a shot, but it's so difficult to get a shot on these Broncos. Keelan Ulnick with it, tries the wraparound, the puck kind of pinballs around in front of the net. But Cody Campbell makes the save. You know, Cody Campbell hasn't seen a lot of rubber. That can be kind of dangerous for a goaltender.
Yeah, especially, he can't locate the puck. He's not really ready for it, hasn't seen a lot of it. That's really dangerous. But one thing there, Josh Larson, that shows what you need to do in a game. He did not give up on that play. Got the puck from out of that UCO player's control, and that's what led to that scoring chance. That's all Josh Larson. And I think that's what the Wildcats need. They need players you just can't give up on a play right now.
4:02 to go in the second period. Arizona nursing that 1-0 lead over UCO as we got an ice on the Broncos. Will come back in front of Cody Campbell, who's played well tonight, but he really hasn't had much work at all. I'd be surprised if he has 5 shots in this period.
Yeah, he hasn't played amazing, and that's simply just because he hasn't had to.
There's a lot more talking going on between players, and guess what? That's Bailey Marshall talking to Drake Cartwright. A lot of yapping at Bailey Marshall, who transferred from UCO to the University of Arizona and is delighted by that decision, by the way. Thought it was a good one for him and his brother, who's a freshman here at the University of Arizona, and also spoke highly of his time at UCO. Play continues on, and this game is getting rough. Which team can avoid going to the box is going to be important here as the puck just goes over the stick of Matthew Hull. He was in the slot. Great opportunity there as the puck comes back into the slot again. Arizona will go on the power play here in just a couple seconds. There's West Freiburg with the puck. They just need to keep this puck in the zone, get that extra skater on. As the puck comes out to the blue line. Over to Manny Rowe. Manny Rowe feathers it to the far side. It comes down low. Oh, they were going for a back door there to Ethan Stahlhuth, but the puck went wide. Goes behind the net now. The Cats able to keep this puck in the zone. They are briefly, well, and they do, but can they get set up? Here's Trey Decker with the shot, or with the puck. Back to Decker. He needs to take that shot. Oh, and he went for the near side post, and it hit a sea of humanity in front and didn't get through, but that was a good idea. You could see the line that Decker was looking on just from our angle here, going for that near side post. Goes behind the net. Good pressure here by Arizona. 2:35 to go in the second period as the shot bounces off. We're back to even strength now. Arizona's still with the puck. Oh, they got to get a shot on goal here as we have another delayed penalty on UCO. Another UCO penalty. Arizona with the puck. UCO touches it up, and we have the whistle. 2:20 to go in the second period. Arizona will go on another power play. I didn't see it. What's the call, Jackson?
I'm not sure the call, but I think that's the most dominant this Arizona team has been against UCO all weekend, bar none. They contain the puck. They got good scoring chances. I think they hit the corner of the goalpost.
Yes.
This is what they need to be doing. They are getting under the skin of UCO. UCO, they just can't produce right now, and they just need to keep doing what they're doing. Don't give up on plays 110%.
21, Drake Cartwright. 2 minutes for high sticking. Time of that penalty, 17 minutes, 40 seconds in the second period. And it gives your Wildcats a Hogan Transportation power play.
So Cartwright goes for 2 minutes for high sticking. He was the one who was yapping at Bailey Marshall. Jackson Peters now heading down to ice level for the interview on our Facebook page live. Facebook page look in. That'll be in 2 minutes and 18 seconds as Arizona sends the puck in and it's deflected out of play. Cats with 154 of man advantage here. 2:14 to go in the second period. Big opportunity for the Arizona Wildcats here. But head over to the University of Arizona Wildcats Facebook page for that live look in with Jackson Peters in 2 minutes and 10 seconds of time now. The play comes up the near side boards. Arizona sends it down low. They're going to try to send it across ice here, but they lose the puck. No, they don't lose it. They gain it, they lose it. And it does come out to center ice. Ethan Stahlhuth going for it there. Good pressure here from UCO as Arizona chips it in and then digs for it. That's Max Meyer digging for it. Arizona doesn't have its number one line out here. Wow, I do see Bailey Marshall out here, and there's a good shot on goal that deflects to the near side corner. As we said, Campbell hasn't seen much rubber this period as the shot tries to go down low, but it's blocked. Boy, UCO so good at taking away those shooting and passing lanes as the Cats unable to get a good shot here. Still a minute to go on the man advantage. 1:22 to go in the second period as there is Meyer in all alone, but he had a tough angle. Now there's the goaltender knocking the net off the moorings, and he just kind of leaned against it. That's not an intentional play. No penalty there. They'll just reset, blow the whistle, reset the goal, and we'll have a face-off. 1:16 to go in the second period. Arizona nursing that 1-0 lead. Well-played hockey game here. Last night, UCO got under the skin of the Arizona Wildcats. Tonight, it's the Wildcats are under the skin of UCO just a bit here. Arizona playing with a little more confidence as they win the face-off. Send it down to the near side boards. They need to find some open ice there over to Keelan Ulnick. There is no open ice when you play this team. When you play UCO, boy, they're so good at just tying things up. Arizona trying to go for another face-off here. Keelan Ulnick with the puck sends it back to the point. Can the Cats get a shot off? There's a one-timer. Oh, and it went up high on Cody Campbell. He makes a good save there. That could have bounced off of him, over him, and in the net. Excellent save by Cody Campbell, who's looked very good here tonight. Mark my words, this UCO team is going to go up, up, up in the rankings. I would not be surprised to see them in the Final Four of the ACHA when we get around to tournament time. Excellent team, and Arizona has matched them so far. With the power play, 25 seconds to go. There's a shot that comes in, seen all the way by Campbell. Arizona's trying to get some traffic in front of him. You know, as we said, this is something that Manny Rose really worked on, that soft kind of pass shot from the point. He's trying to get it on goal. He's trying to get it in a spot where the goaltender can't quite handle it easily so that it bounces onto the ice and there's an Arizona stick that can get to it. He's scored on a couple of those, but it's really more of a pass than it is a shot. Turns into another face-off here, though. 22 seconds to go on the power play for Arizona. Keelan Ulnick sends it down low. It's Matthew Holt digging for it in the near side. He's taken down. That should be a holding call right there. Nothing called. Arizona comes away with it, but Keelan Ulnick was tied up in front. Last 7 seconds. Cats need to get another shot on goal. Goes over to the far side point, but they can't get a stick on it. And UCO is going to come right back. 1-on-3. And there's a shot and a nice save by Anthony Shuro. As the Cats come back up ice, 2-on-2. That's Josh Larson with it down to the last 10 seconds of the period. Stalljuth with the puck, open net. Oh, and I think Campbell has the puck. An incredible opportunity there for Arizona in the last 5 seconds of the period. Campbell comes up with a huge save. We're seeing incredibly good goaltending from both of these teams here tonight. And it remains 1-0, just 5.5 seconds to go in the second period. Arizona leading. So we'll have one more face-off here in the second period of play, and the drama is going to continue. There's another shot on goal, and oh, that's going to be it for the period. Arizona with another chance in the last 5 seconds. Arizona came on in the last 5 minutes of that period.
Central Oklahoma with 12, Arizona with 13. The score after 2 complete periods of play here at the Tucson.
Arizona actually outshot UCO in that period. For the first time this weekend, Arizona has outshot the Broncos in a period 13-12. Arizona really played a great period. They've got to be very excited. They did everything except extend their lead. Well, that's the good news. We're going to have 20 more minutes of hockey against an incredibly dangerous Broncos squad. That's a little frustrated right here. Let's see what happens in the first 5 minutes of the third and see how Arizona responds to this incredible opportunity on home ice here. They could go back into a lead of the WCHL with the Broncos with a win here tonight, but boy, I think this game is just beginning. I don't think one goal is going to win it for the University of Arizona. So we'll be back for the third period in just a bit. At the end of 2 periods of play, number 9 Arizona entertains a 1-0 lead over number 10 Central Oklahoma. Let's start with the video from the University of Arizona Cancer Center. This is the Pink the Rink night, and then we'll have our other package of highlights and interviews. You are watching University of Arizona Wildcats hockey.
Cancer is something that affects all of us, either personally or know somebody who's dealing with it. Pink the Rink's a really special event. We look forward to this game every year. It's a fundraising event with all proceeds going to the University of Arizona Cancer Center.
Breast cancer affects 1 in 8 women in the United States. At the University of Arizona Cancer Center, we have scientists who are working on mechanisms to understand cancer, what we can do to improve the standard of care, and what we can do for cancer.
When I was first diagnosed with cancer, I was dumbfounded. I was breathless, and then I took a breath and I said, what's next?
Right from detection, diagnosis, treatment, and follow-up, we have researchers working on how we can improve patient care and taking care of them long-term.
University of Arizona Cancer Center is like a second home to me. When I go there, I feel welcomed, I feel at home.
We are constantly striving to improve standard of care here at the University of Arizona Cancer Center. Clinical trials are a way of getting tomorrow's treatment today. The reason we have better treatments today was because of clinical trials done before.
Anyone thinking about joining a clinical trial, I encourage you to do it. The trials I've done here have proved to be very beneficial, and the more people that do the clinical trials and donate, the more answers that we can get.
This is a really special game. It's beyond a hockey game. It's more important than a hockey game, and my players take that very, very seriously.
Support Pink the Rink, bear down, go Wildcats, and beat cancer.
Bear down and rise up.
Thank you for supporting Pink the Rink. Bear down, rise up.
Wildcat Hockey regresa a Tucson y tú puedes ahorrarte hasta 20% en boletos con los nuevos paquetes de FlexPack.
Your Arizona Wildcats.
Un acceso de 6 a 12 juegos esta temporada de los Gatos. Boletos disponibles en Tucson Convention Center o llamando el 791-4101. Apoya a su equipo esta temporada con FlexPack. Para más información visite ArizonaWildcatHockey.org.
We need you. We need you. We need you to support Wildcat Hockey.
The Wildcats are back in action, and it's time to show your U of A pride at the TCC Arena.
Please call for tickets or come to the TCC box office. U of A Hockey is affordable and fun for the entire family.
We need you.
We need you. We need you to support U of A Wildcat Hockey.
It's time for another Arizona Wildcat Hockey This or That.
Escargot or caviar?
Caviar.
Caviar.
Because I don't know what the other one is.
Yep, escargot.
I don't know what escargot is, so caviar.
Do you know what caviar is?
Not really.
I'm gonna go caviar because I don't know what the other one is.
None of the above.
None of the above?
Yeah.
Do you know what they are?
Not particular, but it just doesn't sound like something I'd eat. Sounds like raw something.
Yeah, escargot is snail.
Ah.
So it's slap shot or goon?
Slap shot.
Slap shot.
Goon. Slap shot.
Slap shot. Yeah, 100% slap shot.
Slap shot.
Slap shot.
Underwear or commando?
Let's go underwear.
I'll go underwear.
Commando.
Commando. I'll give it to you.
Commando. I definitely agree on that too. I'll do underwear.
I think it's safe play to go underwear.
Longtime Arizona hockey fans might remember that I was the media director for the team for the first time in the late 1990s, and I found a recruiting video that I made for the team in the year 2000. Now, in the 1980s and 1990s, as college hockey got more popular, it was common for colleges to put the word ice in front of their nickname. So Arizona State were the Ice Devils, and Arizona were the Ice Cats, and that's the name that you'll see in this recruiting video, which was made a full 10 years before Arizona adopted their regular Wildcat nickname. So let's get in the time machine and go back to the year 2000 and see this Arizona hockey recruiting video. Located in central Tucson on 352 acres, the University of Arizona is one of the top-ranked universities in the nation. Surrounded by soaring mountains in the Sonoran Desert, the campus boasts lush lawns, palm trees, and more than 300 days of sunshine each year. More than 35,000 undergraduate and graduate students attend the U of A, coming from all 50 states and more than 100 foreign countries. Arizona also has one of the most successful collegiate men's ice hockey programs in the United States, the Arizona Ice Cats. It's a new season, a new century. But you still can't beat this cat. It's the 21st season of Arizona Ice Cat College Hockey. 18 home games at the TCC with 4 matchups against arch rival ASU. The Arizona Ice Cats compete in Division I of the American Collegiate Hockey Association, the ACHA. All home games are played in the 7,000-seat Tucson Convention Center near the U of A campus. More than 1 million fans have packed the TCC over the years to watch Arizona Ice Cat hockey. That's an average of 5,000 fans a game, making the Ice Cats one of the top 5 draws in the U.S. for collegiate hockey at any level. Paul, for those who haven't seen what it's like to have 7,000 people at the Tucson Convention Center to cheer for the Arizona Ice Cats against a team like arch rival ASU, for instance, can you tell them
what kind of madhouse it is to see the Ice Cats play in front of 7,000 home fans.
Well, it's dubbed the Madhouse on Main Street here at the TCC, and when you come in, even if you come in for a game where we'll play a St. Louis University or something, you know, that's not a big rival of ours, we're still going to have 4,000, 5,000 people in the stands, you know, screaming your name. You get to see signs with your name on it. It's uncomparable to anything I've ever had before I got here. The biggest crowd I ever played in front of was maybe 400 or 500 people in high school, a big high school rivalry.
I'm sure you were told there were 6,000 or 7,000 people for some of the games here at Arizona, but were you still surprised when you walked out onto the ice the first time in front of that many people?
Oh, for sure. I mean, it's one thing being able to sit in the stands with the 6,000 people and watching, you know, the team play. It's one thing. Another thing, step on the ice in front of that many people, and it's just nuts. It's you know, the crowd's screaming. You know, you're the home team, and you know, you got your arch rival ASU down there, and just be able to play in front of that crowd. It's pretty nerve-wracking your first time out.
It is the most exciting feeling there is against Arizona State to score a big goal. I can't explain it. You get jumped on by your players. I mean, 7,000 fans cheering for you. It was a great experience. It happened to me last year twice, 2 games in a row, and it was just the greatest feeling of the year by far.
In this ACHA, you've got Penn State, Ohio State, Michigan, Dearborn, on and on, Iowa State. I mean, we're talking about some of the biggest hockey colleges in the country, which we play. We have a graduation rate that is far better than any other sport on the University of Arizona campus. And needless to say, they got to be an excellent hockey player. We have young men that comes out of junior A's. We've had some that come down from Division I, quote-unquote big schools, which we play anyway, but they much rather play here in front of 6,800 people than play in front of 1,000. There is, I guarantee you, not a fan in the country that matches our fans when it comes to making noise, bar no place in the country.
Founded in 1979, the Ice Cats' numbers are staggering. More than 400 wins, a record 18 consecutive national tournament appearances, 8 Final Four appearances, and the 1985 National Collegiate Club Championship. Mark, talk about the travel that this team takes, because many teams will play just their closest neighbors, but the Arizona Ice Cats fly all over the country to play games. Talk about the opportunities you have to play the best teams in the country.
We go on road trips all the time during the year. I mean, a lot of fun. We go all to Penn State, make it down to Chicago, out in the Midwest, California. We travel all over. We just get to play the best competition.
Are you glad you came to Tucson, Arizona, attend the University of Arizona, and play for the Arizona Ice Cats?
Oh, definitely. It was one of the best decisions I've ever made. You get to wear sandals and shorts to the rink every day and have fun playing hockey, and the school itself's a great school to go to.
Hello, Wildcat fans. I'm Chad Berman, head coach of Arizona Hockey. I'm inviting you out for our annual Pink the Rink event. You could buy one of these jerseys and put the name of any loved one you want on the back. All proceeds go directly to the University of Arizona Cancer Center. Help us put cancer in the penalty box.
Your hockey team, your Arizona Wildcats. Tickets for Arizona Hockey are now on sale. Your hockey team, your Arizona Wildcats. Call 791-4101 for tickets now.
Welcome back to University of Arizona Wildcats hockey. I'm Timothy Gasson, joined by Jackson Peters. We're getting ready to bring you the third period of action between number 9 Arizona and number 10 UCO. Very well played hockey game so far, Jackson. Arizona still nursing that 1-0 lead. I can't believe that one goal will win this game, could it?
I'm not sure, Tim. This is a totally different game, and I'm just, you know, it's totally different than what we saw last night. I had a chance to speak with Manny Rowe during the intermission, and what he had to say is they're doing the little things right, and I think that's a big key for them here going forward is they just need to keep doing those little things right. They need to win those puck battles, and they need to keep getting under UCO's skin. They need to draw penalties, and the big thing they have to avoid in doing that is they can't take those retaliation penalties.
Yes.
That's where it gets dangerous.
Yeah, this was last night. Arizona took the wrong penalties at the wrong time. It cost them the lead, and then it cost them the game. They have to stay out of the box. Even in the second period, UCO had such great opportunities. Now, 8 penalties called in the second period, 4 on each team, but as part of that, UCO had a 2-man advantage. Now, they've been harping. At the end of the game, the coaching staff for UCO was talking to the officials, complaining about the officiating, begging their cause for more calls to be made. That doesn't mean they're going to get the calls they want, but the point is that both of the coaches want the calls to be called, because I think they understand in a game like this, a power play could be the difference. And, you know, as the officials come on the ice, they're getting booed by this home crowd, because this is a highly contentious game. These two teams are really going at each other. There's a lot of hitting. There's a lot of stuff that could be called. And this is interesting, as opposed to last night, UCO is coming onto the ice first. They waited for Arizona to take the ice last night and skated through them. Arizona now coming back with about a minute to go before the start of the period. UCO on the ice, doing their warm-ups, and now Arizona will take the ice. So, okay, the keys to the third period, Jackson. Arizona's got to stay out of the box. They've got to somehow, like they did in the second period, generate shots. For the first time this weekend, the first time they outshot UCO 13-12. That's closer to the kind of season average that Arizona would have, which is about 35 shots on goal. Anthony Shiro has to stand on his head again, and somehow Arizona needs to get that second goal.
Yeah, and I think the big way that they're going to do that is to continue to move the puck out of their zone cleanly. They started doing that really well in the second half of the second period, and that's why I think they beat UCO. They outshot UCO, and like you said earlier, Tim, a power play could be the difference in this game, and right now it is. That one goal by U of A was a power play goal. It's a 1-0 game, and I think that just shows that the power plays are going to be huge in this third period.
Yeah, mark my word, this game will be determined by a power play in this third period. I would put some big bucks on it. So which team either kills that penalty or converts on that penalty?
And I think that 5-on-3 power play that U of A was able to kill was a huge momentum builder. I think that was a big reason as to why they played so well in the second half of that period, is because they were able to kill that. I think they were almost expecting to get scored on with how talented this UCO team is. To have 2 less bodies on the ice, that's really dangerous with all the scoring guys that they have. So able to kill that off, I think that's a huge momentum builder, but they need to keep building on it. I'm not sure if they can win this game with just 1 goal. It's going to take a lot for that to have to stay, be the final score of 1-0. I think they need to get more goals up on the board, and I think that they really just need to shut down UCO defensively. They're doing the right things, and they need to keep doing it.
So it's the third period of our Pink the Rink game. Now remember, after this game, we'll do our usual interviews at center ice, and then I'll do a quick wrap-up. But then we will broadcast the jersey ceremony, where the sponsors of the jerseys with their names on the back will be given the jerseys by the Arizona players on the ice. It's a very emotional moment here at Arizona Hockey, as cancer survivors or families of those who lost loved ones to cancer are given the jerseys off the back of the Arizona players. That'll be immediately following the game tonight. We got a whole period of play before that, as UCO comes in, almost just, as Anthony Shuro's down, almost just tapped that puck into the net. Shuro took a stick from the UCO player, and he's down. Let's hope he is okay. He's back on his knees, but Anthony Shuro went down, and there was a whistle. Landon Robin, it looked like, got a stick up in his face. There was nothing intentional. They're just going for the puck.
Yeah, I think
that doesn't mean it hurts any less.
Yeah, I think his stick just kind of got cut up in right around his collarbone where that pad is, and just kind of dragged him. And as an Arizona Wildcat, anybody who sees Anthony Shuro laying on the ice, that kind of makes your heart sink, Tim.
Boy, it sure does, but Shuro is up. He looks well. He's ready for the face-off. That will be to his right, won by UCO, and he makes a good save immediately off the shot. Bailey Marshall bounces at that puck. It comes to him, and now up to the line, and Marshall digs for it there. Marshall with the pink tape on his stick on our Pink the Rink night for cancer awareness. The puck comes out now. Can Arizona get to this? Is the goaltender going to come out and play it? Bailey Marshall digging for it there in the UCO zone. One of these teams has to get a break to somehow manufacture a goal. I get the idea here as UCO comes back at full speed, feathers it in. There's a backhander that goes out of play. Just 1:08 into this third and final period of regulation play. Remember, if there is a tie, we will have overtime, and then there is a shootout. And all of these points really matter in league play. Now, Arizona's 3 points behind UCO because 3 points is what you get for a regulation win. You go to overtime, each team gets a point. Whoever wins the overtime or the shootout gets that extra point. So if Arizona were to win in regulation here, we'd be all tied up again, with Arizona with one extra win on the season, perhaps being the tiebreaker, although it's not the end of the season yet. Arizona doesn't want to fall 2 games behind UCO here. They can go right back into a tie for first place if they can hold this lead in the third period. As the puck comes in on Campbell, he fights it off into the far side corner. UCO sends it to center ice, and the Cats send it right back in. They lay it offside. They get back onside, and Vale Artizone goes for the puck there, but it comes down now and is iced in the Arizona end of the ice. 1:53 gone in the third period. Arizona with that 1-0 lead. What do you think Coach Berman had to say to his squad? And I'm looking over Coach Berman all in black with his pink tie, very stylish, on Pink the Rink night. What did Coach Berman say to his guys?
I think the big thing is, try and forget about all the other periods except the last one you just played against this team. That's how you need to play to beat this team. If they can play this third period like they did the second, I think they have a really good chance at winning this game.
UCO over the line, and the puck is just sitting right there. There's a nice pad save by Shuro. Arizona not able to get their stick on the puck, and another great scoring opportunity. Anthony Shuro once again with an incredibly good save at the right time for Arizona. Boy, he has been good tonight.
Yeah, and he's had to be. He's made some incredible saves, better than some of the ones we saw in the first semester. I think he's really playing at his full potential tonight.
Well, we said Arizona was a little bit embarrassed by their performance last night, 5-2 losers to UCO. You give 20-year-olds another opportunity to show that they're good, that they belong on the ice against opponents, and that can be dangerous, especially on home ice. As UCA comes aboard, that was close to being offside, but it remains onside as Gage Joel kind of danced through the defense there. Arizona's got to be careful here. They got to get this puck out of the zone as it comes in off of Shuro and out of play. He kind of had to fight that one off, but we'll have a face-off. Arizona still with that 1-goal lead. Wow, that was the start of one of those sequences where Arizona starts to have problems running around in their own end, chasing the puck.
And I think that's the biggest thing they need to avoid in this third period. They can't have any of those sequences because we saw it last night, that's when UCO can score. They move the puck so well, and if they trap you in your zone, they're going to find an opening.
There's a backhand to center ice. Luckily, that got out of the zone as Josh Larson took elbow. No call. Play continues on. Larson, he tried to tip that puck past the defenseman, and then he would have been in on a break. Now the puck comes out. Trey Decker digs for it there for Arizona, but he's not to get there in time. Ragging on his man. Arizona doing a good job there, and they just send it back in deep. I think Decker's going to go back to the bench along with Bailey Marshall. And Matthew Hull collects it for Arizona behind Anthony Shuro. Got to be the player of the game so far for Arizona. But, boy, we got a lot of time to go here. 16:09 to go in the game. Arizona nursing a 1-0 lead. Huge game, biggest game of the year for the Arizona Wildcats as the puck is given up right in the slot. UCO, there's a backhander. Not a lot on it. Shuro makes the save, but here's one of those giveaways that Arizona's got to be so careful about as the puck goes down to the far side circle. Now behind the net, Arizona needs to get this puck and get it out. Chris Westland digging for it there. Westland digging for it. Can the Cats get it out? They do. And there's a Cat taken right to the ice, right in front of the referee. No call. That easily could have been a hooking call. We play on. The puck was there, too. I got to wonder about that call.
Yeah, I think you're right, Tim. I think that was a very clear trip, but I guess the officials, there were a lot of penalties called in the second. We'll just have to wait and see how they call the third here.
You know, that was keeping a player from going up the ice with the puck. It wasn't like that didn't influence the play there, but we play on. And here comes UCO, 3-on-1, over the line, 3-on-1. Great defensive play to take that pass away. Another game-saving kind of pass, and Arizona gets to center ice. Oh, there was a breakaway attempt to Ethan Stalhuth, but it goes all the way to Campbell, and he jumps on it there, and we'll have a face-off in front of Campbell. That was almost an incredible disaster, a 3-on-1 break. The Arizona defenseman makes the right play.
Yeah, I believe that was Justin Dungy who was able to, he made the right play there. Sometimes we've seen them overcommit to pucks, but he did the perfect thing there. He laid down on the ice, took away the shooting lane, he put his body on the line, and here we are. UCO did not get a good scoring chance there.
And it's difficult to put your body on the ice at the right time in the right place so that the opposing player doesn't just skate around you and you're completely out of the play. He took care of the puck with his body. That's a great defensive play. That's the kind of play that you can see the entire Arizona bench on their feet, that they can look up and down and go, see, says we're laying it out for each other here. We're laying it out for each other. This is what we got to do. That instills incredible confidence on the bench. About half of the UCO bench is standing. The entire Arizona bench is standing. 14:43 to go in the game. UCO, several chances so far. There's a hand pass. Bailey Marshall touches the puck, so we'll have a whistle and a face-off. You know, a hand pass is a better play than letting the puck get by you or down at your feet and having UCO pick it up in your own zone.
Yeah, I think that's the right play to make there, and oftentimes I don't think you'll hear me say that making a hand pass was the right play, but he prevented a 2-on-0, possibly a 2-on-1. I think that's the right play to make there, Tim.
UCO wins the face-off, though, and the puck goes high and wide back to the blue line. UCO keeps it in. Broncos so dangerous now here. Can Arizona get their stick on the puck as it comes right into the slot, and Arizona sends it up but not out. And it comes back down. Manny Rowe with the puck now. Can he headman it out? It does come to center ice, but it comes right back in. UCO's delayed offside. They have to clear the zone. They do. Let's see if Arizona can move up ice. Bailey Marshall with it over the line, and he's offside. Boy, the Broncos have done such a great job of locating Bailey Marshall, and if the puck is on the stick, an opposing stick is right there.
Yeah, same with him and Anthony Cusinelli. They know that those are the guys that can score on this U of A team, so they see where they are every time they're on the ice. They're ready for the puck to go to them, and instead of waiting for the puck to go to them and then attacking him, they attack him before the puck even gets there.
Face-off just outside the Broncos' blue line. Timothy Gasson here along with Jackson Peters, delighted to bring this one to you tonight from the Tucson Arena. Number 9 Arizona playing well against such a dangerous UCO team. A lot of hockey to play here. 14 minutes to go in the game. Arizona with a 1-0 lead. There's an attempt at a home run to Chris Westland. It's going to go past him, but no ice. Cats pick it up. Do they have anyone? And they do. Stalhuth in front. He takes a bad angle shot there, but it comes back to an Arizona player. Here's one of those opportunities that Arizona actually did get a shot through. Comes back to Arizona. Can they get another shot on goal? Cusinelli with a shot on goal off of Campbell. He had to make a good save there, kind of fought that one off. Good opportunity, one of the few for Cusinelli in this game. They've done a good job. Again, when he has the puck, there's a stick right there. Keelan Ulnick intercepts that right at the goaltender. Arizona's at the end of their shift, and Cusinelli just sends it down to Campbell. They move it up to center ice. Arizona's going to be careful here about these changes now. Justin Dungy sends it in deep. They got to be careful on these changes so that they're not caught. Cats send it high and up, but not out of the zone. Oh, they're trying to dig to get that puck out. Central Oklahoma keeps it in at the point. Here's an Arizona player. He gets his glove on it, but not his stick. It's kept in. 12:45 to go in the game. West Freiburg digging for it there for Arizona. Sends it up, but not out. Comes down low. Arizona's got to get a stick on this puck. UCO doing that buzz as an Arizona player goes to the ice. Arizona running around a little bit here. So the puck comes into the slot. Arizona not able to get it out of the zone, though. Comes up to the point, deflected to the far side. Arizona's got to get this puck out of the zone. as it comes right in front of Cusinelli. Where is it? I'm sorry, in front of Shuro. Finally comes to an Arizona stick and out to center ice. That's another bullet dodged right there, Jackson.
Yeah, that was a really tough series for Arizona. Just couldn't seem to find the puck, and luckily for them, they are able to clear it. But that just shows the importance, and when you get the chance, it's got to get out, Tim.
U of A chant comes up from this good Saturday night crowd at the Tucson Arena, and we have an ice, I believe, on the Broncos. Now, every face-off, every icing, every play becomes so crucial. Who's on the ice? If there's an icing, who's been caught and has to stay on the ice? And here's a UCO player going to the bench on an ice. The referee didn't see it. That player, well, he's going off the ice. He's got to come back on the ice. Did I get that wrong, Jackson? Was that a player who was coming on for a change and he was sent back off?
I think that might have been the case there, Tim, because I think the officials would have caught it.
So play continues on. That could have been a player who wanted to make a change. Play continues on. 11:35 to go in the game. Arizona now over the line. Here's a shot that gets deflected high and off the glass, but remains in play. Arizona comes away with it. And remember, keep your eye behind the play. There's a lot of stick play and stuff going on behind the play, as there's a shot that just goes on to Campbell from Dawson Marshall, brother of Bailey Marshall, and that's a good play because it forces a face-off. Now the Wildcats need to skate away. Don't engage in that kind of stuff after the whistle.
Yeah, I know he's just trying to stand up for himself, but sometimes, you know, you just have to take the hit to make the play, and oftentimes you don't hear about that being after the whistle. But you got to be so careful here, Tim. You cannot go to the box for any reason right now. There's only 11 minutes left in this game. You're up by a goal, just one goal, and that one goal can change at any time. It's one bounce that can change this game, Tim.
I've been involved with Arizona hockey for more than 30 years. I'm trying to remember when the last time Arizona beat a top 10 team just 1-0. That would be an amazing thing at this level of hockey, or any level of hockey, when you have two top 10 teams. So Arizona gets the puck out to center ice, just barely. We have a lot of hockey to go before that, though. 9 minutes gone in the third period. 11 minutes remain. Arizona with a 1-0 lead over Central Oklahoma, who you just feel is like a storm ready to explode.
Yeah, it's almost like we're waiting for them to turn on that light switch we keep talking about. But I think Arizona's did a good job of containing them.
Josh Larson over the line. Can he get the puck into a shooting position, though? Good defense there by UCO. Here's a stuff attempt, but the puck is not on the stick of an Arizona player. They got to be careful because this becomes a rush going the other way. Big hit off the puck, though. Manny Rowe took out Donald Danneroth. That's a great hit. Clean hit because the player had the puck and he got shouldered off. And there's a player without the stick now taking a high stick. The Broncos trying to respond there. That was close to being an interference penalty or a penalty, but not how it's being called here. Here comes Arizona in on the break. There's a shot. Nice save there by Cody Campbell. One of the few times Arizona's been able to come in off the wing with some speed. Looked like that was Bailey Marshall. And Cody Campbell was able to make a save. That's a huge save for the Broncos.
Yeah, Bailey Marshall has been looking all over the ice the last two nights, looking for that kind of play. He wants to get that clean breakaway, and that was the closest he's had to a really clean shot on goal, and Cody Campbell came up big. He's kept his team in this game all night.
More than halfway home here in the third period. 9:58 to go in the game. 9:58 to go in the game. Arizona nursing that 1-0 lead. Continuing to weather the storm here from this incredibly talented UCO squad. Hull sends the puck in from the point, but it's blocked. Boy, so many of those have been blocked, and here comes UCO right back in the slot. A backhander, good save by Shuro. There's another shot, another great save by Shuro. Can the Cats get it out to center ice? They do. Puck comes right back in the hole. He's got to be careful here with it. It's on his stick. He's got to make the right decision with it. Cats do come up. Artizone in over. Oh, and there's just a missed opportunity to Bailey Marshall. The puck went over his stick. Check that to Ethan Stallhuth, and he heads to the bench. 9:15 to go in the game. UCO set up again in the Arizona end of the ice. So good at keeping the puck in the opponent's zone. And there's another cross ice pass. Can Arizona get their stick on the puck? UCO looks just a little faster right now than Arizona. They head behind the bench and send it up the near side boards. And it comes out to center ice and down the ice. They say this is going to go far enough for an icing. I was surprised at that, but I'll take the ice because of the hard out of the zone. Arizona's got to get their sticks on the puck and out of the zone, but that icing, look at this tired Wildcat squad out here going to have to defend the face-off again. So important they get this puck out of the zone.
Yeah, this is a really tough icing to take. You know these guys need to come up for air. They'll get a little break before the whistle, but they need to clear the puck.
Face-off won by Arizona, but they're not able to get the puck out. It comes to a wide open man in the slot or the high circle. He takes a shot and it's blocked. Doesn't get through. Another bullet dodged by the Arizona Wildcats. Cats do have 9 lives. I don't know how many of them they've used here tonight against UCO. As the puck comes right back in on Shiro. He didn't quite see where that went, but it deflected in the near side. Arizona's got to get this puck out of the zone, and they do not. It stays in. Keelan Ulnick with the puck, and it's kept in. Arizona's got to get that, but they finally just have to battle just to get that puck to center ice. And here comes UCO right over the line. This is how it's going to be from here on out. 8 minutes to go in the period. Can Arizona just get the puck out of their own end of the ice? They're going to call this an ice again. Not what Arizona needs with more tired hockey players on the ice, bent over, 7:56 to go in the game. And another face-off in their own end of the ice.
That's a really tough break there, Tim. We just talked about how tired these guys are.
I was just going to say, this would be a great opportunity for Coach Berman to take his timeout, and he did. I think this is a really, really good timeout.
Yeah.
This is a good timeout because those guys were dead on their skates, and UCO was just getting ready to explode.
Yeah, I think Coach Berman recognized that UCO was in prime position to score a goal with just how long those guys have been out there. I think Bailey Marshall has been out there for upwards of 1:30. He just cannot seem to get off the ice no matter how hard he tries. And I think this is a great call by Coach Berman. Keep his team rested, give them the best opportunity to win this faceoff, clear the puck, and get a change. And I think what they're going to have to do here, Tim, the big thing is, you know, they keep trying to throw it off the glass. They're going to have to look for the good breakout pass. Not a full line change yet, but they've gotten a few guys to change off the ice. So I think they need to rely on the guys that have changed and do the best they can here.
7:56 to go in the game. So we'll have a face-off to the right of Anthony Shiro. And Arizona's going to be able to get their stick on the puck and head up ice. Any time they spent now in the offensive zone is a plus now. Any time they can keep out of their own end of the ice. Josh Larson backhands it in to the Bronco zone, and here it comes right back out.
And the big thing here, Tim, is every second is starting to count. This is usually in a game where you start to think defensive first, but with just a 1-goal lead, I think Arizona has got to keep looking for another goal here.
Play comes right back out to the high point. Sent down low. Shiro's trying to find the puck there. It goes behind the net. Cats come away with it. That's Cam Armstrong. He needs to skate it, and the Cats are able to get it finally to Josh Larson. He's in all alone. He takes the backhander. Beautiful save there by Cody Campbell. As Cam Armstrong or Josh Larson went to the backhander, keeping his team in it. Boy, he's made as many great saves as Anthony Shiro has. As here come the Broncos again. 6:45 to go in the game. Comes to the near side point. Deflected, thankfully, and down low. They can't call this an icing because an Arizona player got to it first. That was Anthony Cusinelli. It's sent down low again. Chris Westland digging for it now. Comes back over Keelan Ulnick's stick. And at the blue line, and it stays in. Bounces around, and Arizona's able to come away with it. There's Hull. He does the good job of just sending it into the far side corner, and they go for a change. Yes, we're getting down into roll-aids and tum time. This is when I like to say my tummy starts to hurt.
And I think the Arizona Wildcats are doing the right thing here, Tim. As soon as they get the puck across the red line, it's going down deep. That's what they need to do. They need to make UCO skate here.
5:50 to go in the game. Arizona with a 1-0 lead. Cats have to be so careful now of icing the puck, but you can see as the puck comes right out in the slot, no Wildcat there. UCO is starting to send one of their defensemen slightly up ice here, which can leave them susceptible to a counter punch. Now they're set up right again in the Arizona end of the ice. He sent it down low. Shuro fights that one off. It's right in the crease. There's the backhander. It goes off. There's an open net. Is the puck in the net? It's on the side. No, it isn't. Arizona's able to get it out. We have a whistle because the net is off the pegs. Oh, man, I thought that puck was going in the net, Jackson.
Yeah, I have no idea how that didn't end up in the net there. It looked like it was, I believe Manny Rowe might have been the defenseman. He was laying on the ice. Somebody was scrambling. Anthony Shiro just unable to find the puck. He made the first save, but it was bouncing all over the place. And luckily for the Cats, it's still a 1-0 game.
5:15 to go in the game. My heart is starting to beat really hard. As every face-off becomes so tense. But we'll have a face-off to the left of Anthony Shuro. The net set back on its pegs. 5:15 to go in regulation. Arizona up just 1-0. Both teams have really calmed themselves down. They've stayed away from the rough stuff. No one wants to make or take that critical penalty.
I think they both know this is desperation mode. Even though Arizona's in the lead, I still feel like they're in desperation mode. They want to win this game, and I think both teams want to be disciplined because they know how costly a power play could be here.
Play back on as UCO comes right back up the ice. 4:50 to go in the game. Bailey Marshall coming on 1-on-2 now. He's got a trailer. He's wide. He just sends it in on Campbell and then heads to the. That puck is loose, but the whistle goes. That was a good play by Bailey Marshall. He just sent it in on goal and then rushed the goaltender, make him cover up the puck. That's a savvy play by Bailey Marshall there.
Yeah, you got to make the goalie make a play, and that's exactly what Bailey Marshall, he did. You know, there was a trailer coming, but I think Marshall did the right thing there. He threw the puck just at the net, kind of hope for the best, and just charge the net. That's what you need to do.
So Campbell is still down. Let's hope he is okay. It was just a big pile up there in front of the net. Anthony Shiro took a stick up high earlier, and he was able to shake it off. Let's hope that Cody Campbell is able to do the same thing. He has been stellar here in net. For the Broncos. And as I said, this is an incredibly impressive hockey team, UCO. They looked so good last night, and they've looked extremely good here tonight, too. I think they're going to go extremely deep into the tournament. I think we know who they are and what they can do. Arizona's still developing. I think we still don't know exactly their full character of who exactly they are. They're still developing. They're a much younger team. They very well could also go deep in the national tournament. I don't mean to discount that, Wildcat fans. It's just that what I see from UCO, they're so well coached. They have such a good sense of identity of who they are and what they do. And also, every time they come over the blue line, they're an incredible threat.
Yeah, and there's a phrase in hockey that a lot of people use to kind of determine, how you want to act, the kind of person you want to be, and it's act like you've been there. And one thing for UCO is that they really have been there. They've been in the Final Four. This is a top-tier team, so they know what it takes, and they know what they need to do to be a top-level team.
Absolutely right.
Hey, to those who have purchased Pink the Ring jerseys.
Cody Campbell is up. Arizona's trainer was taking a look at him, and he's skating off. It looks like he's going to be okay and is going to continue. That's really great news. Again, we hate to see any of these young men, whether they're the visitors or the home squad, get hurt playing ice hockey. Cody Campbell has played so well for UCO. He's gathering himself, and this is good officiating too, to let that referee let that goaltender gather himself and get ready to play again. Both teams can gain from this kind of little break, and we want Cody Campbell to be ready to be back in net and play again. So the officiating here has been interesting because we had a lot of penalties in the second period. We haven't had one here in the third period. The teams have done a good job of containing themselves too.
Yes, they have, and that's what they need. Like I said, it's desperation mode. You have to be disciplined here if you want to come out on top in this game.
Down to the last 4:35 of regulation. 4:35 to go in the game. UCO throws it right back up and down the ice. They going to call this an icing? I didn't hear the whistle, but I saw the arm up. And so we will come right back down to the Broncos zone. Icing's so important here in this last 5 minutes of the game. Who gets caught on the ice too long and has to play through an icing? Arizona was able to weather that a little bit earlier. Now they've already taken their timeout, which was a smart move by Coach Berman. His players were gassed, so they don't have a timeout. The Broncos do. Down to 4:18 to go in the game. Another good play. Cody Campbell had to keep that puck, and we'll have a face-off in the UCO zone.
And I think that's the right play there, Tim. Allow his players to change. They weren't able to change after the icing, and I think changes are especially important in the late minutes of every game. But you have to remember, Tim, this is the third game on the weekend, third in 3 days for both teams. This is where you're really starting to run out of gas.
This is a great point, Jackson. The third game in 3 days for both teams. And I know that Bailey Marshall wants to score that big goal. You know Anthony Cusinelli wants to be the sniper that he wants to be. You can't be caught out on the ice too long with 4:11 to go in this game, nursing a 1-goal lead.
Yeah, you're usually looking anywhere between 30 and 45 seconds for a shift. Here, you might be looking at less than 30, maybe 20 seconds a shift. You've really got to try and conserve your energy and just be able to give 100% every time you're on the ice here tonight, Tim.
Well, Coach Berman said his team needed to do the little things to compete against a team as well coached as Anthony Cusinelli comes in with the puck. Can he get a shot off? He does, and the puck is loose in the crease, but there isn't an Arizona stick on it. Oh, there's a great attempt at a tip in. Arizona almost got that insurance goal, but no, it's still 1-0. 3:45 to go in the game. Arizona back on defense. Coach Berman said Arizona has to do the little things right as there's a tap-in goal. How did Anthony Shiro make that save? That was a tap-in sure goal for UCO, and Anthony Shiro somehow got back. That is our save of the game, Jackson Peters.
Anthony Shiro able to come up big. Defenseman didn't pick up the trailer. He was just creeping in, wide open backdoor. Anthony Shiro, don't know how, but it doesn't matter. He makes that save, keeps it in the lead for the Wildcats.
3:33 to go in the game. As Dawson Marshall goes for the puck there, the brother of Bailey Marshall. Arizona going for some passes and stuff here. They need to just keep the puck in the UCO zone. They were looking for passes going back to the point and stuff. I would just keep that puck down deep.
Yeah, you need to be defensive here, Tim, but the best way to be defensive is, not even be in your zone, be in the offensive zone.
Cats move up ice. Here's one of the few clear shots Arizona had, Ethan Stahluth. Campbell handles it easily. And it goes behind the net, down to 2:55 to go in the game. If your heart is racing fast, then you're a lot like me as UCO comes over the line. Manny Rowe defending. Manny Rowe with the puck. He sends it up the ice or off the glass, but it stays in the zone. Arizona again has to clear the zone. They do. Over the red line. Oh, they try to dig it in. That was Anthony Cusinelli. That's going to be an offside on Arizona. Oh, they don't call it. So play continues on. 2:25 to go in the game. Arizona keeps the puck in low, and it's in. I thought that was down behind a Campbell. It just pokes wide. Another great opportunity for Arizona for that insurance goal. Oh, we'll see if that comes back as there's a trailer going for the tip-in on the far side. And now we got some rough stuff going on the far side as Shiro is down along with another teammate. That was an attempt for one of those backdoor plays that went a little wide. Let's see if anyone is hurt here and see if there's anyone going to be called. Oh, I think an Arizona Wildcats going to the box with 2:13 to go in the game.
And that's a really tough break for the Wildcats here, Tim. But it looks like we're going to get a player from each team. We'll have to see if this is offsetting minors or if it'll stay 5-on-5. We'll have to wait and see what we get here. We've got penalty for each team on the board right now. The official's still sitting at the box trying to figure out just what exactly is going on. We'll have to wait for the call and see exactly what's going to happen, but taking a penalty right now, if you're the University of Arizona, is exactly what you just cannot do. You do not want to go on the penalty kill right now with just 2 minutes left in the game.
And it does look like this will be even-handed. No, well, skating 4-on-4 because there's going to be a penalty for each player, correct, Jackson? For each team, correct, Jackson?
That appears like it's going to be the case. There's 4 players on the ice for each team right now. We're going to set up for the draw just outside of Arizona's zone.
2 minutes for roughing. Wildcat penalty on number 12, Chris Westland, 2 minutes for cross-checking. Both penalties at 17 minutes, 47 seconds in the third period.
So Jackson's going to head on down to center ice for our player of the game interviews. I'll stay here. As we're down to the last 143 of the game, 137 now to go. UCO set up in the Arizona zone. Digging for it. It does come out to center ice, though. Arizona digging for it. Here's Manny Rowe with the shot on goal. But the puck comes back the other way. The UofA chant comes up. As we'll keep an eye and see when Campbell gets pulled.
1 minute left in the third period.
1 minute to go in the game. We'll keep an eye on Campbell to see if he gets pulled. UCO comes up ice, however. There goes Campbell to the bench. Now the Cats have to clear the zone. They have the puck. They send it up the near side. They send it down the ice. There is an empty net on the other side of the ice. The puck comes right into the slot. There's a giant pileup. We got a whistle, 24 seconds to go in the game. Giant pileup. We'll have to see if there are more penalties called here with 24.3 seconds to go. Arizona nursing that 1-0 lead. This would be an amazing victory for Arizona if they can hold on here against an extremely talented UCO squad. Doesn't look like anything's going to be called here. So Arizona will go for a change and we'll have a face-off to the left of Anthony Shuro. Now we're down to the time of the game where it's really just a couple clears, and it looks like UCO has taken their timeout. The partisan crowd here boos that UCO has taken their timeout. And that's a good coaching move because we've got a face-off in the Arizona zone. 24.3 seconds to go. We're playing 4-on-4 for the next 12 seconds, and then just for 12 seconds of game time, we'll go back to 5-on-5. Now stick around, Cats fans, win or lose. We'll have our player of the game and talk with head coach Chad Berman immediately following this game. That's in if UCO doesn't score and send this to overtime, that'll be in 24.3 seconds. Then we'll have a quick wrap up here in the press box, and then stick around. This is Pink the Rink night. We will telecast the ceremony of giving the Pink the Rink jerseys from the Arizona players to the recipients here at Tucson Arena. We will broadcast that immediately following our broadcast. A very emotional time for University of Arizona hockey. as UCO puts the pressure on. 18 seconds to go. They try the jam attempt there. Can the Cats get the puck out of the zone? They don't. It goes wide. The puck is loose. It's in the slot. It goes wide. 5 seconds. It's still loose. 2, 1. The puck comes in. The Cats win. The Cats win. The Cats win. University of Arizona Wildcat Hockey wins. Oh, and we got an altercation after the whistle, but this is a huge victory for the University of Arizona. Oh, now we've got some fights going on the near side boards. Oh, you don't like to see this marring this wonderful hockey game, a well-played hockey game. Highly contested, though, between the two squads.
Shots on goal in the third period. Central Oklahoma with 10, Arizona with 13. For the game,
Arizona outshoots UCO in the third period, amazingly wins. Oh, and we've got a fight going over here.
here at the Tucson Convention Center Arena. It is your University of Arizona Wildcats 1.
The coaches try to intercede here, which is good. Interceding between the players, telling the Arizona players to disengage. You won the game, and let's get the heck out of here. We don't want to mar this wonderful hockey game with this kind of silliness. I'm very disappointed with UCO here. They're the ones who yucked it up at the end of last night's game. They had a 5-2 victory, and they tried to embarrass Arizona by banging their sticks and pointing at Bailey Marshall. They lost this game fair to square. It's time for them to get off the ice and just show some respect for your opponents here. Arizona won this game fair and square. Boy, I hate to see that kind of stuff. Coach Berman very upset with the referee here, and I think rightfully so, because these guys needed to get separated at the whistle. We're going to see here if they're going to have the handshake line. I wouldn't be surprised if these teams are sent off, but as soon as I say that, it looks like they're forming up for the handshake line. I think the Broncos want to do it and just get off the ice. If everyone can just cool down here a little bit. Very disappointed with the Broncos here at the end of this game. I think they can't believe that they lost to the Arizona Wildcats. They really mastered Arizona yesterday, played an incredibly good game. Arizona here has done something amazing by keeping UCO off the board. Now there's contention about the handshake line. Coach Berman trying to get his players in a straight line here. There's still some extraneous players from UCO. Now we're doing the handshake, and that's good. The handshake line is a great tradition in ice hockey, hotly contested, but you got to be able to contain yourself here a little bit and just shake the hands of your opponents and congratulate each other. An incredibly good game by UCO. Matched in intensity by Arizona. If you would have bet me $1 billion that Arizona wins this game 1-0 over UCO, I don't know if there's enough money in the universe for me to come up with to take that bet. An incredible defensive effort by Arizona. And we'll see who Coach Berman here decides is the player of the game. I would think it has to be Anthony Shuro, the goaltender for Arizona, a shutout against UCO. Let's see if the UCO players actually leave the ice. There's some still milling around here. Arizona is going to salute their team. Oh, there's still some talking here from some UCO players. Captain of UCO still yucking a little bit here. So we'll talk to Coach Berman and the player of the game. I gotta believe that's Anthony Shuro, but we'll see who Coach Berman selects here. And then I'll have a quick post-game wrap-up, and then stick around because we're going to present the game jerseys off the back of the Arizona players to the sponsors. On the back, very emotional moment. It's to loved ones who have survived cancer or who have fallen to cancer. And that's in a few moments. You can tell I'm emotional just talking about it. And here comes Anthony Sherrill.
After shutouts, but clearly this was a huge emotional win for your squad here tonight. How good does it feel to walk away with a win here tonight after last night's win? Or last night's loss, excuse me.
It feels good. The boys battled tonight. Got embarrassed last night, I felt like, so it feels good. We battled tonight, and it's a huge win.
Well, congrats on the win, Anthony. Excellent game. And while I'll wait for head coach Chad Berman.
We're waiting for Coach Berman to come over. He was talking to the opposing head coach there. They had some good words there. Now here comes head coach Chad Berman.
Again, I'm Jackson Peters. I'm joined here by head coach Chad Berman. Now, coach, clearly an excellent win for you guys, an emotional win. Last night you said something about the little things. Do you feel like you did the little things right tonight? Is that why you won tonight?
Yeah, I mean, geez, that was a fun game. I mean, you guys got your money's worth tonight. That was intense. It's funny, it took Charlie James to get a big hit for us to kind of get the emotions going, and then the game turned and we started kind of engaging in the little details. You know, I didn't see the clip yet. I thought it was a clean hit, but that's leadership. A kid could step up when we're kind of lacking emotion for whatever reason, and from there we kind of followed. But I'm incredibly proud of our group. We're down to like 3D right now, and for us to scrap against a team like that and find a way to get a win, that's a character win there.
Well, congrats on the win, coach. If you're joining us on our YouTube feed, I'll send it back up to the booth with Tim Gass. And if you're in-house, stay tuned for our Pink the Rink ceremony. Again, I'm Jackson Peters. That was head coach Chad Berman.
So the University of Arizona downs UCO amazingly 1-0 here at the Tucson Arena. Just one goal tonight, and that's by Max Meyer. An amazing performance by the Arizona Wildcats, as Coach Berman just said, down several defensemen and an incredible defensive effort against such a high-quality UCO team. On Pink the Rink night, such an emotional night for University of Arizona hockey, of course, in honor of cancer victims and cancer survivors. In just a moment, we're going to go down to ice level as the Arizona players still on the ice will take the jersey off and give it to their sponsor, often the name of a loved one who survived cancer or a loved one who succumbed to cancer. So much more important than the hockey game. But when talking about the hockey game, Arizona is now tied once again with UCO for the league of the WCHL. So let's send it down to ice level where we'll have this jersey presentation ceremony. Stick with us. We got more University of Arizona Wildcat hockey.
First off, jersey number 3, Manthe. This is for Linda Manthe, grandma, supporter of youth sports. Linda was diagnosed with breast cancer more than 20 years ago, and thanks to modern medicine and a positive attitude, she is still cancer-free today. This jersey is to thank her for all the love and support she provided to her grandchildren over the years. Number 3, Manthe. Number 4, Ginger. Ginger is one of the strongest people I will ever meet. She is in the 1% of people who have been diagnosed with stage 4 colon cancer and is now cancer-free and has been for 4 years. She is a determined lady who wanted to live some more of her life. Number 4, Ginger. Number 5, Atkins. John is a native of Wyoming, but met the love of his life, Lisa, in Washington, D.C. Lisa is a graduate of the University of Arizona, having been raised in Tucson. They have both been politically active. John has 2 children and 3 grandchildren. John is bravely battling lung cancer. He is a fan of the Wildcats and knows they will play with the extra fight on this important night. Good luck, John, with that fight. Keep on going. Number 6, Lisa Dean. Lisa Dean, a kick-ass sister and a cancer warrior. Diagnosed with breast cancer in July 2017, cancer didn't know what a mistake it was to try to take residence in her body. Lisa turned and faced cancer head-on, drawing on her moxie, determination, and endurance, and a great mental fortitude from her 17 years of competitive swimming. With each battle, a mastectomy, chemotherapy, and radiation, fought and conquered with an amazing mental fortitude. Cancer-free now for a year, with cancer looking for a new home as it's not welcoming her. This jersey is to celebrate my sister. She's a badass. Number 7, Berman. Scott Berman is currently battling oral pharyngeal cancer. The battle officially began last week as he recently began chemotherapy, which takes place for the next 9 weeks before he starts another 9-week process of chemotherapy and radiation. Scott will be watching this game all the way from Lansing, Michigan. Hey there, Scott, where he continues to battle one day at a time. On behalf of the entire Wildcat hockey program, we wish Scott the best of luck on his journey back to health and happiness. Number 7, Berman. Number 8, Shellstraight. In loving memory of Kay and Frank Shellstraight, their life was filled with a kind of love and fight that has been passed on to their children, grandchildren, and great-grandchildren that will never be forgotten. Number 8, Shellstraight. Number 9, Diane Lee Fury. In memory of Ben's grandmother, who fought cancer like a warrior, she passed away on September 17th, 2018, 4 days after her 84th birthday. She was a most loving wife, mother, grandmother, and a great-grandmother. She loved to cook and entertain. There was always an open door. All that came were made to feel they were part of the family. She was an entrepreneur who promoted women-owned businesses in Albuquerque, New Mexico, impacting and changing the lives of so many. Her spirit lives on in all she touched. We love and miss her deeply. Number 9, Diane Lee Fury. Number 10, the Bell Team. Kathy was recently diagnosed with pancreatic cancer and is now undergoing a phase 2 trial for a new therapy for that disease. Number 10, the Bell Team. Number 11, Foster. Unfortunately, cancer has had a far and deep reach into my family. My father, Bill the Fox Foster, was diagnosed with prostate cancer when he was 58 years old and lost his battle 10 years later when the disease finally ended his life. My mother, Joyce Foster, was a breast cancer survivor for many years until her cancer came back with a vengeance. She passed away in December 2017 of metastatic breast cancer. She was 85 years old. My older sister, Sherry Foster, who is 55, has had breast cancer, colorectal cancer, and lung cancer, and to this day continues to fight the disease and live her life. I encourage all people to be aware of their family medical history and take an active, proactive role in the necessary and recommended cancer screenings that fit their age and risk. In my opinion, early detection of cancer can increase your odds to ultimately beating it. I want to thank the entire medical community for all they do day in and day out to improve our lives and make a difference. This jersey is a reminder of those loved ones I have lost, as well as the ones still fighting. Number 12, Larson Hull Denton. In honor of all three women, Janelle's grandmother, Ruth Larson, mother, Marilyn Hull, and younger sister, Lisa Denton, all had breast cancer. Ruth Larson survived her breast cancer but passed on in 1998. Her mother, Marilyn Hull, and younger sister, Lisa Denton, were also survivors living in Colorado. Number 11, Larson Hull Denton. Number 13, Bacardi. Holly Bacardi, a mother of two hockey players, her world had turned upside down when she discovered having been diagnosed with breast cancer at the age of 39. She is from St. Louis, Missouri, and because of her faith and friends from the hockey community, she is learning to deal with this horrible disease. Number 13, Bacardi. Number 14, Knight. Autumn Knight, beloved hockey mom and wife, was diagnosed with triple-negative breast cancer in 2018. Autumn just finished up her 16th chemotherapy treatment in December 2018 and will undergo a double mastectomy in January 2019. Through all the difficult moments, Autumn has managed to keep a smile on her face and stay positive throughout. This jersey is to show her support of the toughest hockey mom we know. And just announced, we have just found out on Tuesday that she is cancer-free. Number 14, Knight. Number 15, Landers. Tonight, we honor our loved one who lost his battle with liver cancer this year. Roger Landers was a beloved son, brother, and uncle that was taken away from us way too soon. Roger lived life to the fullest with laughter, love, and good friends. He is missed every day. We know that he is riding his Harley in heaven with his dog Spike by his side. We also want to honor the loss of all other people who cancer has taken from us, from a true American hero in John McCain to the family hero that is not so well known. All loss from cancer is one too many. Number 15, Landers. Number 17, Susie. Susie is a wonderful mom who is caring and there for you. She fought and beat breast cancer when she was diagnosed a year ago and is currently fighting against pancreatic cancer. She is a fighter who never gives up. She raised her daughter with help from her wonderful parents, Carol and Johnny, and her late husband, Rick, who passed away from cancer in 2009. Susie hasn't always had it easy, but she has had a positive outlook on life and will continue to fight until cancer is gone for good. Thank you for getting me into the lovely game of hockey, Susie. I love you, Dalal. Number 17, Susie. Number 18, and you've already met this wonderful lady, Dreama Peterson. Dreama Peterson is a nurse who was successfully treated for an early stage melanoma in 2014 and then was diagnosed with a stage 3 breast cancer at the age of 2016. Her breast cancer was a less common and more aggressive type, which despite a number of therapies, reoccurred a year later and became metastatic. Dreama is undergoing further treatment to fight her breast cancer. Despite many hardships, her courage is an inspiration to fellow breast cancer patients everywhere. Number 18, Dreama Peterson. Number 19, Mom. Jamie Tinchert is the mother of Kyle, Josh, and University of Arizona Hockey's Justin Plumoff. Number 19. Jamie was diagnosed 6 years ago with multiple myeloma, a blood cancer that develops in the plasma cells and found in the bone marrow, which are critical in maintaining the body's immune system. She was treated with an induction chemotherapy, went through a bone marrow transplant, and is currently receiving weekly chemotherapy infusions. Her journey continues, though she is using the experience to help other patients and pay forward the enormous support of family and friends. Number 19, Mom. Number 20, Roberts. It started in 2002 as what I thought was a tooth problem. Then came the slurred speech. I thought I was having a stroke, so off to the hospital. After a quick checkup, I was put into the ICU with a blood pressure of 250 over 150. Next was an MRI, which came back. I had been diagnosed with adenoid cystic carcinoma, a rare cancer caused by nothing, and it just shows up. The cancer was in the sinus cavity. Then I went through the most deadly and life-consuming chemotherapy. I went bald and lost 100 pounds. The next stop was the Mayo Clinic, where I was introduced to Dr. Michael Hinney, and the next step was surgery. The mass was removed, and then came radiation. Since at this time only Seattle and Detroit have a proton radiation center, I had to choose. Off to Seattle for the proton and neutron radiation. Because the cancer was so close to my eye, they wanted to do gamma knife radiation. They had to drill four bolts into my skull to hold the halo onto my head. I also have a dental prosthetic because they took half the palate out of my roof of my mouth. All total, there have been 7 surgeries since 2004. Number 20, Roberts. Number 21, Dr. Bill Cantz. Dr. Cantz is the Deputy Director of the University of Arizona's Cancer Center in Phoenix. He helps so many patients, I just felt like honoring him. Number 21, Dr. Bill Cantz. Number 22, Robert Dickinson. Bob Papa Dickinson is the grandfather of Jacob Dickinson. He was diagnosed with liver cancer and to no avail left us when his family was starting to move on to their own. There is no forgetting Papa's smile and his stories. They will live on forever. For a man that stood as a giant but was as gentle as a teddy bear, his legacy has grown even after his departure. Jake was the youngest grandchild when he passed, and 8 more have been added since. When they are together, the smiles are on and the stories are big. Cancer chose us, but we should have to fight. Being able to give the choice to fight is a blessing for us to support and thank the U of A Wildcats for an opportunity. Number 22, Robert Dickinson. Okay. Number 23, Woodward. For the last time, Charlie James will wear his grandfather's name on his Wildcat jersey tonight. His family is in the stands watching and knowing Papa is watching from above and rooting for a Wildcat win and a win against cancer. Roy fought renal cell carcinoma with every breath he took for 3 years, finding relief from his earthly body and moving on to heaven on January 16, 2016. He loved his family, worked hard, and found the time to fish and ride his Harley. He had a lasting and profound impact on his children and grandchildren. We thank the Wildcat hockey team for supporting the U of A Cancer Center. Number 23, Woodward. Number 24, Jennifer Dunn. Jennifer Dunn is the daughter of Dee and Jeff Trent. Jennifer has been battling breast cancer for a couple of years. As you know, Jeff earned his PhD in genetics at the University of Arizona and is the CEO of TGen. Number 24, Jennifer Dunn. Number 25, Grandma Weaver. LaDonna Weaver was a beloved wife, mom, and grandma. She was first diagnosed with breast cancer and was a 20-year survivor. About 4 years ago, she wasn't feeling well, and the doctors kept on treating her for a sinus infection, when in reality, she had lung cancer. And we lost her 9 months later. She was not only a special lady to our family, but her and my grandpa were also the ones who bought my first set of equipment to play ice hockey. She was my biggest fan, and she loved this sport. I am sure Shuri is still watching. Number 25, Grandma Weaver. Number 26, John L. Dungy. John L. Dungy, beloved father of Brian Dungy, beloved grandfather of Justin L. Dungy, who passed away 24 years ago from brain and lung cancer. Number 26, John Dungy. Number 27, McDonough. Dick McDonough is the grandfather of number 22, Jacob Dickinson. Last year, Jake wore a jersey in honor of his grandmother, who is the wife of Dick. Dick is a businessman who also drives large commercial vehicles. You guys know him as semi-trucks. As a commercial license holder, you are required to have a health card renewed every 2 years. During one of those appointments, they had discovered cancer in his colon. With early detection, the choice was less invasive and corrected with just surgery. Back home, with his many grandchildren who also play hockey, attending games with his wife, and being able to wear her jersey to some of the games, it was only right to get one for him as well. A special thank you to Max Meyer for allowing us to choose his number, as both Jake and Max wore this number when playing for the Yellowstone Quake. This team of young men is inspiring on and off the ice. Any one of these numbers would be an honor to have. Again, thank you to the Wildcats for a great place to support great causes. Number 27, McDonough. Number 28, Hope. Betty Garvin, a wonderful person, loved sister, mother, grandmother, and aunt, lost her battle with lung cancer in 2014. She is missed every day. Number 28, Hope. Number 29, Johnson Zolniak. And Alexander Johnson and Tad Zolniak, two men that showed us that hard work and determination paid off. Both Alex and Ted moved to Canada after World War II many years ago for a better life for themselves and their families. They proved that hard work and determination paid off. Alex was a talented painter and an avid gardener. He was also an excellent tradesman. Alex was diagnosed with brain cancer and battled it for as long as he could. Once he was admitted to the hospital, his time left was short. Tad was a man of many trades. He was always ready and eager to help anyone with anything and everything. A man that is very seldom sat idle. Tad battled as long as his body would allow with his liver cancer. He also once was hospitalized and had a short time left. For their families, they had a shining example of what it is to be a human being and what hard work really was. They were both men of their word. A handshake was their bond. They were wonderful parents, grandfathers, and great-grandfathers. We are very blessed to have them both. Number 30, Mom. Our mom, Anthony Churro, is the mother of 3 and was diagnosed with breast cancer in January 2018. We always knew what a wonderful, caring person our mom was, but we learned much more about her through this process. We learned she is the true definition of a fighter and one of the strongest people we know. Our mom has and is still facing a series of challenges during this fight. Chemotherapy, double mastectomy surgery, radiation treatments, and all the side effects that come with them. Not once would you hear a complaint from her. If asked how she was feeling, her answer would be, "I'm fine, feeling good, no worries, I've got this," even though we knew she was sick to her stomach, tired and frustrated and scared. Despite the side effects, our mom never stopped making sure that everyone around her was taken care of. As the hockey team knows, she would always make sure the team had homemade brownies or snacks during the bus rides, and that is just one example of the many things she does for everyone around her. We want to make sure that our mom knows how much she means to us and that we are very proud of the way she is kicking cancer's ass. Keep up the good fight, and we all love you very much. Number 30, Mom. Number 33, Not. Rob is an amazing stage 4 blood cancer survivor. He now raises money through the American Cancer Society for research. He has raised nearly $1 million. Number 33, Not. And finally, number 35, Grandy. Josephine McAtee was known as Grandy, grandmother of player Nolan Bivelsick. She was diagnosed with breast cancer at the age of 73. Being diagnosed at such a late age, Josephine was fortunate enough to beat breast cancer twice when it reappeared at the age of 82. Throughout her life, she faced many battles with her health, but she was always overcame her battles with a smile on her face. She is now 84 years old and continues to be one of Nolan Bivelsick's biggest inspirations. Number 35, Grandy. Ladies and gentlemen, Thank you for your attendance here tonight. Thank you for helping us raise money for the Arizona Cancer Center. And thanks to the Arizona Wildcats for supporting a great cause and for coming away with this win over Central Oklahoma.
What an evening for University of Arizona Wildcats hockey. I'm Timothy Gasson along with Jackson Peters. We just witnessed a thrilling 1-0 victory of number 9 Arizona over number 10 UCO. And then that very emotional ceremony where the jerseys, the Pink the Rink jerseys, were given to the recipients right off the back of the Arizona players after they fought their hardest fought game of the season. I think it's safe for us to say that, Jackson. We said before the game that Anthony Shuro was going to have to play the game of his life and stand on his head. He stood on his head and everything else. An amazing performance and goal at any level of ice hockey by Anthony Shuro.
Yeah, like we said before the game, Anthony Shuro is going to have to come up big, and that's exactly what he did. And that's really what most of the team did. We said they had to do some things. They had to clear the puck. They had to shut down UCO offensively, and they really did everything they had to do. And I think that's why this is going to be such an important game for them to look back onto.
Yeah, this is just an amazing night for Arizona hockey. I could not have anticipated after how offensively potent the UCO looked yesterday that they'd go scoreless tonight, that they would be shut out tonight. And you could see the frustration boil over at the end of the game as they got into altercations with Arizona players. You hate to see any of that kind of stuff. We hope that no one got hurt in that altercation, but it doesn't change the reality. The reality is Arizona won the game 1-0 and goes right back into a tie with UCO for the WCHL lead. Now, there are games to play for both teams, so that doesn't do it for the WCHL crown. Either team could still win the crown, but they're tied leaving this weekend. And, looking into it, of course, Arizona wanted the sweep, but against such a high-octane opponent, to split this series, even though it's on home ice, seems like a victory for Arizona overall.
It does, and one thing that really stands out to me is when I was talking to Coach Chad Berman on the ice, he was smiling. And after how upset he was with his squad last night, how upset the guys were last night, I think that this win is going to be one of those wins that, a month from now, they're going to say, hey, remember that game against UCO? Look, we're going to go to Nationals. We can play against these top-tier teams. We can beat these top-tier teams when we play our game.
Now, here's an interesting stat. The UCO was out shooting Arizona by a wide margin last night and tonight until the last two periods. The last two periods on home ice, Arizona actually outshot UCO. They hadn't all weekend long. They were getting outshot. A usual period was 13 shots for UCO and 5 for Arizona. Well, guess what? The last two periods, Arizona outshot UCO. I wonder if that third game in 3 nights that both teams had to play came into play and the home team just had a little more juice.
I'm not even sure if it was a little more juice. I just think there was a little more emotion for these Arizona players tonight. They really needed this win. It's Pink the Rink. It's a big game for them in really every sense. There are a lot of fans here at the TCC tonight. I think there was a lot of pressure that they put on themselves, and I think as it dragged into that last 5 minutes of this game, I think they just try to kind of say, hey, you know what, let's forget we're tired. We'll worry about it in 20 minutes, but for now, let's win this game and let's do the things we need to do.
Now, my estimation of UCO does not change. They're going to be a top 10 team. They're going to move up the standings as the season goes on, and I think they could go very deep in the tournament. We're still not quite sure how far Arizona can go. They could win a national championship. They could go out in the first round of the tournament. They're still defining exactly who they are. Well, this was a huge step forward for the University of Arizona Wildcats on one of their biggest nights of the season. I'm kind of stunned and delighted for Coach Berman, who has worked so hard now in his 5th year at Arizona, and these Arizona players. And I tip my hat to Charlie James, the lone senior on this squad, for just giving his all. He gave his body to the University of Arizona Wildcats tonight, and he's got to be excited to come away with the victory.
Yeah, I think Charlie James is one of those guys you can just look at and it kind of speaks for the rest of the team. I mean, you can see how hard he works, how he pushes the guys around him to work. And, he put himself on the line. He got himself ejected in this game for the sake of his team. He knew that's what his team needed. That's what Coach Berman said after the game. And Charlie, he recognized that he had an opportunity to change the momentum of this game, and he took it.
Well, and I also want to make a note of congratulations to Bailey Marshall, the leading scorer for the University of Arizona. Played so well against his old team, And I just want you to know, Bailey, we are so proud to have you here as a Wildcat at the University of Arizona. So that'll wrap it up from the Tucson Arena. Our next game is next Saturday night, 8 p.m. puck drop here, the University of Utah in that top 25. So it's another big game for Arizona. That's next Saturday at 8 p.m. here at the Tucson Arena. We'll start our broadcast at 7:50 p.m. We hope to have you here with us either in the Tucson Arena or watching us at our YouTube channel. So for my broadcast partner, Jackson Peters, and everyone here at University of Arizona Wildcat Hockey Media, thank you for watching. We'll see you next week. You have been watching University of Arizona Wildcat Hockey.
Thank you for watching University of Arizona Wildcats Hockey. Visit our website at arizonawildcathockey.org, and we'll see you at the Tucson Arena for the next Arizona Wildcats home game.